Welcome to the first ever Rotten Brains podcast. I am your host, Hobo, John, head of Rotten Brains, whatever you want to call me.
I am Cricket, the main artist, and also slowly turning into a Donald Trump voice. I shouldn't do that.
And I am Cosmonaut. I am a bit of a writer and a bit of a miscellaneous, I guess. I don't know what I do.
You do our live action stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's what I do.
There isn't any out now, but they will
Yeah,
soon.
they'll be coming. They'll happen.
It's gonna happen.
Things will happen.
It's gotta be.
I promise things will happen.
And
Tonight.
I have no idea what the fucking notes are.
You gave them to me. I put them aside. Here you go.
Okay.
This is going great. We're great podcasters.
The first thing is we're going to talk about what we're doing here, what Rotten Brains is, and why we formed it, and how we are going to evolve it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to bring this up because, first podcast, it allows us to talk to everyone on
lay
a
the
personal
groundwork of
level.
the things we want to do.
Exactly. Okay, so my idea actually was started this back in it had to be 2016 at least, but we didn't have a name for anything, and we were just meeting up every week and working on something that we're still working on. That's a thing for the future, but we just started meeting up every Wednesday and started talking more and more about doing this, and then I'm gonna name drop people, so it's okay if I do that. Other YouTube channels. I don't mean personal people.
Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
YouTube people and whatnot. So Ken and I became friends a long time ago over Super Best Friends Play.
Yep.
And when they canceled and closed down their YouTube channel, it hit both of us really hard, as we've always been inspired by Matt and Pat and Wooly and Liam whenever he was there. But we really loved that stuff and really loved what they do, and they always inspired us to do more. So since they closed down, we wanted to start our own because that filled that vacuum. We had nothing to watch. We had stuff to watch, but it was a ritual to watch them every October or watch them play through a game that we really were excited for. Including the games we had known nothing about. And so we started our YouTube channel literally days after their announcement of closing. Correct?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
And
A mad dash to make that happen.
yeah. And now we are making videos daily. We are producing new content soon. Animatum should be one that you guys know about. If you don't,
We've repeated it multiple times.
Yeah.
Saying that it's going to come up next, and then it isn't the one that comes up next because we're still figuring that out.
yeah, there's a lot of
Fiddly bits.
issues we'll talk about it later. The
Yeah,
process
it's on
for
the
that
list.
later. Yeah, it's on the list for later.
Definitely.
But the whole point of this is to turn Rotten Brains into a company, and not just any company, but a communal company, where all of the communities that we associate with, whether it be hopefully in the future like the Normal Boots guys, Gerard and them and Jesse and whatnot, and Game Grumps or whatever comes up to the future, like we'd love to associate with lots of people that are doing great things on the internet and have been for years.
Absolutely, yeah. That's kind of what we have in mind.
I don't know.
I was going to say if you have anything to say.
You've kind of hit the nail on the head.
Okay. Yeah, and from there, we want to produce more and more content, eventually have our own website so we can do stuff that's a little more risque for YouTube.
Not quite within the YouTube acceptability parameters.
But then again, does anyone actually know what those parameters are anymore?
Okay, we're not getting into your YouTube drama right now.
Fine.
I promise I won't get all political. 2 drinks later. We shall overthrow YouTube!
But yeah, that's pretty much what our messed up mission statement is, to create a communal company for everyone to be part of, and then to have a community where all of us can come and do things that
we don't want to create a communal shower. That'd be fucking terrible.
No, we don't want a Rotten Brains communal shower.
Don't
Cricket's just showering with his hat for some reason.
Don't drop the soap, guys.
Anyway,
I'm not even going to worry about the communal shower. I'm more worried about the fact it's called the Rotten Brains communal shower.
I think we need to create a communal shower now.
And
How? It sounds so like.
I think I just accidentally hit on a great idea. We need a big
No.
shower.
Moving on.
next point.
And we need to invite the biggest dudes we can find.
No.
It's a shower and this giant shower.
No, I'm getting me wrench.
Like Thanos thick, man.
No.
Any which
I
way.
can't believe I'm saying
Shut.
Any which way. For those who are wondering, Rotten Brains Productions actually came from a dream I had the night before when we were trying to come up with a name. It came from a dream where an old lady was yelling at me because I was playing too much video games and reading comics and shit. She's like, "You rot your brains out!" And I woke up and instantly called Brayden at like 8 in the morning. It was like,
rotten brains, because the whole idea of our thing is it's things we make things that people were always told, no, it'll rot your brains, youngin', it'll rot your brains, boy. And I think it's like we're taking it back. We're taking back that bullshit.
We're taking back
but
that
who was
rhetoric.
Is this old lady like an actual old lady you know? Was
I
was
don't
like your
remember. She
grandma?
had like no face.
She had no face.
She had like no face. It was just a woman screaming.
Oh, okay. So you probably just don't remember because it was like dreams. You don't remember, like the full content of dreams.
But again, my dreams are always messed up. So when I have them,
yeah,
When you
we're not getting into dream talk.
No, that's messed up.
That's not.
All right, so that's our
dreams,
mission statement. Did I get it all right, guys? Like I think
we
have
got
shows
it.
for the future ideas. This is our first podcast. We're gonna try and do this at least twice a month, if anything. Audio will be weird for the first few because we're gonna do it all in the
I
same
hope
room.
you guys can hear me because I feel like I'm not. I don't know.
Oh no.
The audio gets enhanced
It's
after
peaking.
the
Okay,
process.
okay.
It's already peaking when I raise my voice. You're fine.
Yeah, you can be as loud as you need to. Why are you snapping?
Great.
Because I like to watch the
What do you
audio
know?
thing.
The green
like,
muffin just turned into dust. That's great.
So next we're going to talk about the first event we went to this year,
PAX.
which was PAX. And we go every year.
Yeah,
I
we
have
do.
been going since 2012. You've been coming with us
This is
since,
my third, so 2016 I guess was my first.
I believe so.
I think.
And Cricket and I, Ken and I, whatever, we've been going since 2012. And man, this year was fantastic.
I did really enjoy this year a lot. I feel like I said, I've only been to 3, of course, but like I got the more out of this year than I think any other really year I went.
Yeah.
And for those who are wondering, if you don't know, PAX East is a gaming convention that happens in Boston every year. It is by far the biggest indie gallery for video games
Oh yeah.
of all time. Like
There aren't many that could come close.
no, there's not many that could come close. And
Except maybe like the other PAXs. Probably.
yeah, the other PAXs, but they're all PAX anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You and I mean like the other
PAX
location.
Prime?
Yeah.
yeah, PAX Prime.
There's one in Australia too, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. We all
Would
enjoyed
that be
PAX.
PAX South?
No, this PAX South is in like the South. of
Yeah,
America.
PAX is South America. South of America, not in South America. Any which way, I don't
It's
remember
in
what.
Brazil. No, it's not. I wonder what a Brazilian gaming convention would be like.
It'd be super expensive. Have you seen the prices in Brazil?
True, and
For
everything would be
be Sega Genesis.
Everything would be a knockoff. No, everything would be a knockoff or a copy, or like a copyright issue.
You know they still make Sega Genesis games there.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, that's weird. That's super weird, right?
I wonder if I can find a sequel to Rygar.
No one made a sequel to Rygar.
I don't even know what Rygar is, to be honest.
Is this fucking game he likes on NES? Maybe we'll play it one day for like a nostalgia thing. But
Excuse me.
he used to play.
It's like if Conan had a flaming Captain America shield.
That sounds amazing.
See?
God damn it.
I love Conan. You guys know that.
We know.
Yeah, and dude, like that.
Flaming Captain America shield. He throws it.
And he's like a
It's
Conan.
like a yo-yo
Yeah, it's
almost
like
too.
a deadly fire.
Oh, that sounds cool. We should play the.
No, I don't want to play Rygar.
Well, I want to play Rygar.
I think someone
motherfucker.
actually made a 3D version of Rygar. I'm not 100%, but I believe it.
I remember seeing one.
Okay.
And it was like
Looking this up.
very anime-esque.
Oh, nice.
It was like imagine a JoJo sort of like
R-A-G.
off-brand JoJo with like thigh highs, and that's what he looks
what
like.
the fuck? Thigh highs.
That's
when
what
I'm
I
looking
remember.
at
It's probably
Rygar, I'm
wrong.
getting a cast in India. What?
Yeah. So,
Is it
Brayden.
Indian? I don't know.
Not Brayden. Cricket, do you want to talk about anything you saw at PAX that was like super...
Darn, I forget its name now.
This is
The
weird
mutant
stuff.
thing. This is gonna drive me nuts.
Mutant?
It was like a game where you could where you had two different people.
Oh, the bio something? No.
Biomutant?
Not Biomutant. That was.
That's my game.
Yeah,
That's the game
one
I'm
you
looking
like.
forward to.
The one that's kind of like XCOM, but with
No,
animal
you
friends.
spelled it wrong.
You spelled it. No,
I
no,
didn't,
actually, you're right.
I didn't spell
He who spelt it dealt it. Now let's see it.
There it is.
Oh, okay. I'm looking up
don't-
stuff
I'm-
about
I'm-
right now.
The one I was talking about, it's
Here we
like
go.
a person, two different people have two different controllers, and each control a limb
Oh!
of the mutant.
I know what you're talking about. I have their card in my bag. They were gonna give us an exclusive code to play the
I
game.
know! I want to play it
Yeah,
so
it's a
bad.
Cronenberg monster.
Yeah.
Where one person
Oh.
controls one limb and the other person controls
Where
another.
was I when we played this?
I have
You
no
were off in
idea.
boo-boo
Probably.
nowhere.
Oh, you know what I was doing? I was playing that board game that I really liked. The Ashby
No.
No, really? No?
No, you were probably up in some anime
Yeah.
titty somewhere.
Yeah, you don't have to sell me out to the audience that fucking fast.
That's what you do. You're up in anime titty. I mean, we're going to Anime Boston.
Yeah,
You're
so they're
probably gonna
gonna-
be
yeah.
up in some anime titty anyway.
You're right.
On
okay.
camera.
Okay. Well, I have to control myself, be on camera.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, I'll just go like, I'll be like, no, the camera's off.
Alright, I'm gonna go to that doujinshi booth.
Okay, go
I'm
on.
not
So
that
yeah,
bad.
that Cronenberg game. Yeah, that looked really cool. You played with another streamer, right?
I have no idea
He
who
was a
that guy
streamer.
was.
He had a thing on his saying he was a streamer.
Yeah. So I was just sat there in my regular, like, my garb, which means to say long sleeve, white shirt, blue vest,
Wii
top
version?
hat, and goggles.
It's just,
Just
a Wii version.
looking like a complete weirdo.
He
next to
dresses
this
in all
random
kinds of weird
streamer.
steampunk shit. It's weird.
Okay, this is not what I thought it was, but that is
Rygar?
probably it.
I'll put
I'm
the
probably
picture up on
mistaken.
screen. Hey, can
Yeah.
you send the?
I'll save it and then I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can
But
always just do that and send it over Discord or something.
I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
he was a streamer. I didn't notice that. I
Thank
was
you.
too busy trying to like
Play the
help
game.
guide him and figure out what to do because he had no idea what he was doing. And I was
it was
like, okay.
a little complicated, but it looked fun.
Yeah. I was just like immediately going like, okay, you need to grab right there. Okay, and now I'll swing around. Okay, on the count of 3, we both do this. Otherwise, we just kept falling in pools of acid.
Yeah, did you see the? I know you were busy playing, but did you see the guys behind you
No.
having like the worst time? They were being like shot at by acid bullets, and they had to keep avoiding it by going on the top, going on the bottom, going on the top, and then there was a pool of acid, and like just like they give up and they fall into the acid. They're like, whatever.
We did actually surprisingly well once we got in sync.
Mm.
I saw you got all the way towards the end, right?
Yeah, we got to the end of the level.
Awesome.
It was like, we did it.
Awesome.
When did
Um,
this where was I?
You were busy looking at other stuff. It was fine.
Yeah, like I'm like
That's
where-
what PAX is, man. Like we find something, we'll stick to it for a little bit, and then we'll just disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't play much, but I definitely wanted to play. Devil's Wrath or something like that. What was it? It was like super edgy game where the dude just punches shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of Dark Souls-esque, but it was also very.
I know what you're
Remind me
talking
of the
about.
PS.
I forget the name of it, but I know exactly what you're
Where the
talking
fuck
about.
was I this whole convention? I don't remember any of this shit.
You were with me. We were watching them play the game.
Oh, that like moon something where it's like the anime looking one where it had like the little cards.
No. The
No.
dude who had like the demon fists. and was
Oh
punching
yeah,
shit.
I remember that now. I don't remember what it was called. Yeah, okay. I know. That looked cool.
The thing that looks
It was
like...
based on a book.
Talking
The
about
guy was like Dutch or some weird shit.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
talking about what's his name? Matt McMuscles from Super Best Friends, formerly from Super Best Friends. But
Yeah.
he just put up a video where he talked about his most excited games for PAX. That was one of the games,
Oh, really?
but he never got to play it just like us, which sucks because it looks so much fun. It looks like an old PS2 game, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
Like,
one of your favorite systems.
Not my favorite system. It's my favorite
Aesthetic.
time
Yeah.
in gaming because nothing was focused on multiplayer, but also there was a heavy emphasis on trying to get a
Games
fun
were more-
game out.
Games are more varied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there were so many coming out all the time, they were very varied. Yes.
There was no specific
Um,
formula that large companies were trying to mimic.
Other than that, I mean, for me, PAX this year was mostly business. I was getting email addresses and cards
Yeah.
from people. That Chinese developer, his game
Oh God, yes,
looked like a furry version of Castlevania.
it did.
And I don't mean
Oh yeah, what was it called again? Like something with an R, right?
Oh man, I do not remember. I'll put it up on
It
screen
will be
now.
on the
I'll put like
screen,
a.
and we'll both feel like idiots.
I'll put it up on screen now because we have the booklet and it's like
Yeah.
the second advertisement in the PAX booklet.
I remember that. Yeah, we saw that in the
I loved how it looked. I want to talk to the guy.
And here's the greatest part. I was talking to the head developer. The main artist couldn't make it to America. He couldn't get his green card. And these guys are indie devs from China, which if you know anything about the gaming industry, you know that making an indie game in China is almost impossible without Tencent being down your throat. And they don't want to go to Tencent. And I was talking to him, and he's very passionate about this game. And they were at PAX to pitch it to publishers. And man, you know, for Rotten Brains in the future, that is something I want to do so bad, is to help indie devs, give them the money and the time that they need to produce a game. Because companies like that, companies like Tencent just aggravate me. It's cool that we get some of their cooler games, like you played one of the ninja games.
The Bladed Fury.
The Bladed Fury.
I bought that. I played it a little. It's
It's
really good,
great,
yeah.
but here's the problem: is that because Tencent owns it, the developers get shit on.
Yeah.
They get nothing. It's like being owned by EA.
Yeah.
And that's right. Fuck you, EA. Fuck you. Stupid.
Stop being sponsorship repellent.
Oh, I'm sponsorship repellent to fucking EA. Fuck off.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuck off, because
Yeah.
you
They're
guys
the
are
Walmart of
ruining
gaming,
shit. Yeah, you guys are ruining shit on a daily basis. You used to make some fucking badass games. Now you just, if it doesn't make money, you fucking don't care. So
It's not
fight
even.
me.
It's not even with some of these companies. It's not even making money. It's not making all the conceivable money in the world.
Okay, Jim.
I don't get that reference. I don't get a lot of it.
Jimquisition on YouTube.
I've heard of him, but I haven't
Dude
seen
in the red hat.
The overweight
Black-
man in the hat with the corset on it.
Okay, that sounds really weird.
That's gonna make a lot of noise if you play with it.
Yeah,
It picks
get
up
that out of
white
arm's
off.
reach.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's starting
So,
to go my dick, by the
Brayden,
way.
what was some of the cool thing? Oh, the Warsaw game.
Oh yeah. All right, so they have this game. It was made by a Polish developer. I don't remember the
You can come a little closer.
I don't
to
remember the
me,
name of the
Scooch in.
developer, but it was based on Warsaw Rising, and I believe it was, they're gonna skewer me. I think it's August of 1944,
Maybe.
and it's based around Warsaw Rising, which is, if you don't know, it was when the people in so during the Second World War. This is happening like later in the war, of course, 1944, and the Soviets were coming in one side. This is not after being conquered. This is when the Soviets were coming in trying to push the Germans out. The Germans were starting to retreat a little across Poland. And the Poles saw that the Soviet Union was not going to just be like the Western Allies and leave if Warsaw fell out of their hands. But of course they wanted the Nazis out. You know, the Nazis, they're big oppressors up until this time. So they basically have this uprising where they're trying to throw out the Germans and basically assert their own independence before the Soviets would come and take it.
Yeah.
And they made this Polish developer made this wonderful game about it. The gameplay, I don't know what like the proper gaming terminology for this kind of. It was a little bit like Dark Souls, not Dark Souls, excuse me.
Darkest Dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon. It had like that like turn based tactical RPG. Like,
Yep.
That's more or less what it was.
Yeah.
And the art style was really cool. And I really liked the game. Part of the reason I liked it is because there was this emotion permeating the game, like the dark and the desperation and fighting for your country and for your freedom and not really caring. And I thought it was really a fantastic, interesting game.
Didn't one of the dev, when you were talking to him, he said that it's the game is basically about like one life doesn't matter if they fall, because the rest of the country is what needs to be freed.
And like I talked to the developer too about how the idea of it too was like, if you're not going to be free, if you're going to be like a slave, why even live? It's better to die fighting for freedom.
Yeah, and he really liked that. And, he also approved us to play the game when it comes out. He said he would love it if you played it because you were so knowledgeable about that.
He seemed he seemed like most people wouldn't really know. And I talked about how like most Americans, they look at history through only the American lens.
Yeah.
They don't think about like World War II. They think of just D-Day. There was a lot more to the war.
Yeah, there was a lot more before and after.
Not necessarily, but even I mean like the American perspective on the war. Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't all of PAX, but that's like a quick roundup of like stuff we enjoyed, and I mean, if you guys have never been to PAX,
It's fantastic.
please freaking go. Even if you're not like a huge video game fan, there is so much to do and so much passion there that it can inspire you.
I do like games, but I'm not like these two. I'm not like crazy, and not to say they're crazy, like crazy.
Oh no, we're crazy.
We're all crazy, but I'm not like
We're all
super
mad
like
here.
into games. You know, my first console was a PS2.
Yeah.
So like I came late to gaming. I was in like middle school when I really started playing video games.
I started playing on the NES when I was about, I gotta say, about 5. The first game I ever played was with my mother, and it was Mario, too.
Yeah, and that's the point I'm making is, like, you have all this personal attachment to gaming.
Yeah.
For me, I'll enjoy games and stuff, but... Sorry.
Oh, what was it, Ken?
Yeah.
My grandmother had an original Nintendo and a bunch of the games.
Oh, wow.
So that's where I began.
And I envy...
Fucking Rygar.
It's Rygar!
Fucking Rygar, yeah.
That was
I swear to God, if we end this podcast mentioning Rygar, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I think Rygar looks super cool. Like, I want to do, like an old school playthrough of it.
Oh, but, yeah, what were you saying? Like, you don't have
But yeah,
all of this...
I don't have as much, like, nostalgia and, like, personal connection to gaming, and I don't know that I don't like gaming, but I feel like... You know, I kind of envy you guys that you have.
But I think you're slowly building up that like love for certain games because every year we go to PAX, you seem to be more open about the developers and stuff. Like even if it's a game you're not into, I've seen you talk to the devs and you see their passion and their love that go into the project. Even if you don't like it, you are like, I respect you. Like, you're doing a great job. I may never play your game because it's a dating simulator or not like a dating simulator, but like
You would play a dating simulator.
I would.
Oh yeah.
I actually have a few. Besides,
I meant more like Monster Prom by Jesse Cox and the rest of them.
Oh,
You won't play it because you don't like the art, but you see the developers.
Yeah,
passion.
I respect you, but the art is too Tumblr for me.
Yeah,
and
it's
not
not.
shitting them.
I can see that.
Yeah, and
they're great guys. I don't want to shit in them, by the way.
I like I said, do they see
I
that
love their content.
You've actually heard them talk about it and their passion that goes into this project and the voice actors that love this. Like, even if you don't love the project, you don't like it, you still respect them enough to be like, oh yeah, totally. Like, you're not a dick about it. Like, I don't like this. No, screw it. Like, you know, originally when I first met you, there was some of that.
Yeah.
You weren't around when
you weren't
met me.
around. You were like,
no, but I caught the tail end of that when I finally met you.
I guess.
I guess.
So I can totally see the sort of I only
You've
saw
been very
like
more open
this.
about it, and I think it's been hanging out with more people like us that we don't judge you for anything that you like because you like stuff. So what?
Yeah.
You know, you
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you don't like. You might say, "Oh man, that's fucking stupid" or whatever. But like, whatever. If you like it, you like it. There's nothing I can do to change your mind. Like,
I'm not as much of a dick as I used to be.
I
when you first met me, I was a big asshole.
Yeah, you used to just kind of rage at people that
I don't know
slightly different.
I don't know why you'd want to be my friend when the time you met me. Like, I don't know what that was about.
I mean, you were a cool guy. You loved movies, and we talked about movies for like, I mean, our first conversation was about Japanese anime turning into Quentin Tarantino stuff. And then we talked about Quentin Tarantino producing an anime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was our first conversation.
I have a terrible memory with this kind of thing, but yeah. Anyhow.
And then Zach came and gave me a
I'm trying to
donut 'cause
imagine
I'm
that.
friends with Zach.
Yeah,
Zach is an off-camera friend. He's not part of anything.
Yeah.
Now what?
Now I'm trying to imagine how that would turn out.
They did it. They did it already.
Oh, in Kill Bill, right?
In Kill Bill, yeah.
Yeah, there was the animated
sequence.
And that was production IG, too.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
It was production IG. All right, anything else you guys want to say about PAX? I mean, other than the fact that we're looking into going to PAX Unplugged, which is their board game PAX. We got invited by... this is a great example of things that you don't like colliding with something that you appreciate. The steampunk card game.
Oh, yeah.
Steampunk is something that Braden does not like, but this guy has a card game, and it's steampunk based.
Yeah.
But because of the elements of the type of game it is, you found interest in playing this game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, crap!
Screen's gone silent! Screen's muted!
It's okay.
Our audio is still working.
Yeah, our audio doesn't
just
cut
can't
out.
see
It's just, I like to see it.
Yeah, I do too. I like watching the little spikies. That was like the stupidest thing I've said today. I'm sorry.
So yeah, we're looking into going to PAX Unplugged. Mostly so we can interview some people who do board games. And,
I love board games.
We have an interview set up for Simple Machine. If you guys saw our cut and run game,
That's another great thing. We didn't even know they were there.
Yeah, we had no idea that Simple Machine was there, and when we saw them, both Ken and I jaws dropped to the ground. We're like, Simple Machine, and we got to talk to the dev and the head artist, and Ken actually gave her his signed picture of the two characters. I'll throw them up on screen real quick.
Yeah.
and they were excited. They're like, we're gonna get this framed, and we're gonna get our other artists to do a fan art of your fan art. Like,
oh god.
so
fan art within our fan art.
Yeah, that's
Fan
what
artception.
that's what she said she wanted to do.
Cue
So is there
Hans Zimmer
anything else you
noise.
guys wanted to
About PAX?
about PAX? Anything else you guys enjoyed, or we didn't get to go to any of the
panels.
panels, unfortunately, because we were really busy. Next year, I think we have to go for at least 3 days.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, our first day is going to have to be us setting up interviews, and then
Yeah,
Saturday is going to be
right.
doing interviews, and then Sunday is going to be us enjoying the show,
Yeah.
and we'll probably stream it a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
that'd
like
be
that
fun.
guy we saw.
Oh,
I don't know who you are, but fuck you.
This guy was literally just walking around PAX with like his cell phone pointed at his face. Just He wasn't talking. He wasn't doing it. He was just like walking around. He wasn't even pointing at booths or anything. He was just like the video would have just been him walking on pavement.
We saw him like 6 times, and he does not talk. If
Yeah,
you're
he
out
don't
there,
talk.
if you're out there, like, dude, go to booths, talk to people, because that's what PAX is there for.
Yeah, no, he was just like that could have been any what he was doing. He could have just done on his street or in his room. Like he could have just walked around his room in circles and accomplished that, and that would have been the same fucking video.
So if we do live stream next year, Sunday at PAX
Watch it
East,
be like. Watch it be like.
gonna be-
It turns out he was like a mute and like he was like doing some other means of communicating. We just
no,
didn't
he
know.
wasn't. He was just every time we saw him.
No, I'm just like saying like that'd be funny.
Like he slightly smiles sometimes, but he's not like playing any games or anything. So
It's
I
like,
don't
what's the
understand
point
what
of
the
his stream?
stream was.
It was like, hey, I'm walking around PAX. Not even because he wasn't even talking.
See, I understand some of the other streams that happen in IRL. If you go to Twitch and you see some of the IRL, I understand some of them. Not the Twitch thoughts. Not to disparage you, Twitch girls. Like, you're doing your thing.
There's a difference
Rock
between
it.
the Twitch girl and the Twitch thought.
Yeah, the girls who literally pander towards sexuality, just find another website, man. I mean, come on. You're already...
There are sites for that.
Yeah, and you can make way more money other than
Christ.
Twitch, correct? Like, you
Yeah.
think about it, they'll make way more money on something like, you know, Hub. That's what I'm going to refer to it, because
Hub.
Hub.
What about Hentai Haven? Well, that's gone now. But
It's
still.
gone now. But
I'm
no,
sad.
I mean, like, they can
Shit,
live
did I just say
stream
that
on
on
it.
the? You,
Yes,
can you
you
cut
did.
that
It's
out?
gone. No, it's gone, so
No, I
it
mean,
doesn't matter.
cut out me
point.
talking about hentai.
No.
I don't know,
Okay.
should I say the reason that guy got rid of that site?
What happened?
It was to pay for his fursuit.
What? Are you serious? That actually happened? I think I heard that actually. Now that I think about it, that makes me so. How am I? I definitely heard this.
Have you
but I
seen the
forgot about
Flash
it.
Gets thing, the furry apocalypse?
No.
We'll show you after this. I'll put a link to it somewhere in here if we can,
You should
or in the
somehow-
description.
You should somehow record his reaction, even if it's just auditory, and then put it on his face.
I don't know. Like the fact that Hentai Haven died because of a fursuit.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad.
Yeah,
Oh my
whatever.
God.
Okay,
It
so moving
just-
on.
We gotta get this.
PAX. Anything else?
Let's see. There was the guy I met who had that entire book I bought.
The monster creature book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's making a tabletop game, and he made a monster book. You wanna?
I still need to read through the entire thing, but
I
I'm just
think the
mesmerized
company-
by
Send
Warforged.
me a picture of the
right?
book, and I'll pop it up on.
No, okay.
Was it called Dwarforge?
That's a completely
That's a
different
company.
game.
Yeah, but no, I mean the company he was at.
I think
No.
it was next to them.
No, he was displaying their stuff, but he wasn't selling their stuff. You had to
Okay.
go to their booth.
Yeah. But the guy has this book. It's going to pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
But this book, it is full of so many, like, really great bits of hand-drawn art, I think some digital work, but mostly hand-sculpted figures and statuettes and busts of different weird aliens.
Just send me some pictures of the inside, and
Yeah.
I'll try to link it in the description if
I
you
think
have a
most of
website
them-
for him or anything.
I have his Patreon.
Okay, so I'll link that in the description.
I think it's a Patreon. It's either a Patreon or it's another
Whatever,
something like
go
that.
on.
Anyway, I think most of them were designed by his kids, and then he later modified them from there.
There was that anime artist from Japan. Remember that like viral article? Like he took his kids like drawings and like, made them into like high quality art. That was cool.
Yeah, it was really
I
cool.
love
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah,
Because you
same
have like
idea.
the little kid who tries to draw this little thing, and then somebody makes it real, and their face. I can imagine their face.
What's
lighting
great with the
up.
kid thing too is that like the kid's imagination is so unleashed. They may not have like the technical skills of the artist, but like their imagination is so unleashed. They'll just come up with the craziest conceptual
and
shit.
then it happens.
Yeah,
It's like,
I
that's
think
why
they did it on Drawfee.
Mhm.
They took a bunch of like childish drawings, like a soldier with like half of his face is a skull.
Yeah.
And they did it like in an artist's professional
quality.
done. Brayden, anything else you want to add about
Like,
PAX?
I remember doing that for Kenny.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to get this little gray alien archer dude, and then I suddenly just turned it into some kind of like, what was the name of the guy from Star Wars?
What guy from Star Wars? Okay, yeah, I'll go through the list of
Tubes
billions
and-
of characters.
Tube Cheeks.
What?
Bounty
Flying with-
Hunter.
Oh,
Red Eyes.
Red-
Wears a cowboy hat.
What?
I
Fucking
think
fever dream of Star Wars are you talking about?
I
Those
think
were
I know-
not in the movies I saw. Is it like an EU character or something?
It's from the cartoons.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I forget Cad Bane.
Yes.
Bane.
This Cad Bane looking techno archer, gray alien.
He's canon.
He
Cad
is?
Bane is canon, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why they made him so badass, and they had a huge arc in the animated series for him, because they're like, this dude's fucking awesome, we're keeping him, he's canon.
Yeah. I can't get over the fact that I know he's canon again with Thrawn. Like, he's not... I like his old canon.
His old canon is the shit. If you guys have not read Star Wars, like Thrawn's
The
entire...
Thrawn trilogy and
the
the
Thrawn
Hand of Thrawn duology, yeah.
Yeah, read those. They are badass. I think they have them on Audible.
Yeah, probably. I know that I've read some of Timothy Zahn, the same author they brought back to do a new series. It's still good. It's still good, but it's not like it's sacred to me.
Just
It's
Thrawn.
fucking Thrawn. Yeah, it's called Thrawn.
The new one. Yeah, I read that. I read it on
Yeah, I liked it.
It was good. So that's about it for PAX East for us. We got it was a
Yeah,
lot
we're
of business
completely-
this time, unfortunately. But moving on to the next one, Ken, you want to talk about Sexy Brutale
Oh,
real
geez.
quick? What I figured we'll do is that for every podcast, you and I will talk about a game we just currently completed or are in the middle of completing. And for Sexy Brutale, I have something interesting to say. The game is fantastic. Unfortunately, it's poorly optimized for my PC. And that noise in the background for the first 5 episodes was giving me such a headache that we just restarted the entire thing.
Just did it from scratch.
We are playing it now. Unfortunately, there's no surprises for us. But there is going to be a surprise because we still haven't gotten the secret ending.
Yep. So we're gonna
Try and do
100% it to try and make up for that and give us some sort of surprise.
Yep.
Surprise.
Just
But
single
anything-
balloon.
Anything to say about Sexy Brutale?
Is it sexy and brutal?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Did you see the? I know you don't really watch the episodes, but in
Should.
the most recent.
I mean, yeah, but like, I have we uploaded it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Most recent episode, we have to basically watch Willow hang herself from a bell.
Willow?
One of the characters.
Oh,
Voodoo
wow.
lady.
Yeah, we have to watch her hang herself from depression. And a spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. 3, 2, 1. A giant.
Demonic anglerfish.
This is brutal, but it's not sexy.
The outfits are pretty sexy.
They
Everything
look-
else is pretty sexy.
They
yeah.
look pretty fabulous, except for Clay. Look at his face dead on in that picture when he's
I
first introduced.
love it.
And he's just like, he looks like he is constantly
love-
trying to take a poop.
I have said this before, but I love Trinity's mask. If I could get a replica of Trinity's mask, man, that would be fantastic. Her
Yes.
mask is just... It looks cool. It's got, like, the little beetle in the top, and it's got, like, the wings, but her eyes are, like, blacked out because she's blind, so she doesn't actually need to see. It's
I'm
a
just
really,
looking
really cool... It's a really, really... I'll throw it up on camera what I'm showing Braden right now. That's Trinity. That's her
The
mask.
butterfly mask? That's cool.
But she's blind, so look at the eyes.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I can tell you.
She's the only one who has blacked out eyes.
This game looks cool.
Yeah, it's a
Isomet-
murder mystery
It's
game.
an isometric murder mystery.
Oh.
But it also takes on time travel mechanics and whatnot,
Ooh.
so it's very, very puzzle-like, but it's definitely worth your time and worth your money. Pick that up. It's by Cavalier Games and Tequila Works. Published by Tequila Works.
Yeah, I see it here. This looks really cool.
It is
The
really cool.
art style is
Go
really
watch
cool.
our playthrough. menacing person.
Menacing person.
I don't know what I was gonna say. I have no idea. Okay, so anything to add about Sexy Brutale other than like the music and art is just fantastic?
We spent way too long in those first 2 episodes thinking that Trinity and Clay were Orium and Thanos.
Yeah. We spent way too much time on that.
It was like, okay, these have to be them. We have to figure out how to get to them.
I kept calling Thanos an old lady.
Yeah.
Because of the poofy hair thing, but it's just like it's like a
He's
pompous wig.
It's like one of those powdered wigs.
Powdered wigs, that's what I was thinking of.
Why were those in style?
They were never in style. I think just rich people wore them to be like, I have money!
I have massive hair!
In real life, they have syphilis and have no hair. They're just like...
No teeth either, because
Yeah.
it's the 18th century or whatever.
So, I mean, that's pretty much Sexy Brutale in a nutshell. I mean, we really enjoyed it. We want you guys to continue watching, but we wanted the audio to sound better, because the original audio was really scratchy and beat up because my PC was just decided to...
Turn into a chainsaw.
Mm.
It's a transformer. It has 3 forms.
No word of a lie, Braden's probably gonna hate this. Every device in my house has a Transformers name. Everything in my house. My desktop is the Deceptatop. My PS4 is Shockwave version PS4. My Switch is Rumble. My PS3...
I would think that you would have the Switch itself be Soundwave, so that way you could have Frenzy and Rumble as the Joy-Cons.
Well, I went with Rumble because it has the HD Rumble.
Okay.
Literally, that was the only reason I called it Rumble.
Okay.
My PS3 is Soundwave old version PS3. My Xbox, I believe, was named just straight Megatron at one point. Like if you do my laptop, it's what is his name, Ken? Soundwave's Panther. Panther.
Oh, Ravage.
Ravage. My PC is Ravage because it's all beat up and broken and busted.
Yeah.
So I called it Ravage.
What about the Fitboard?
Oh, that doesn't have a name. I mean stuff that's connected to the Wi-Fi, shithead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, see, I like the Wi-Fi.
So, like, the IP address and stuff like... Not the IP address, but the web names and whatnot are actually called that.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you look at my network, it's just a bunch of Decepticon bullshit. My phone is literally called the Deceptiphone.
Quick, Starscream, give me my Deceptiphone.
That's why I called it that.
I need to order an Energon pizza.
Dark Energon Pizza.
I don't know what any of this means.
I just imagine that, like, Megatron is now, like, fucking Batman and everything has Decepta in front of it. He's just like, quick, to the Deceptamille! Wait, that's all of us. Shut up!
Quick to the Deceptimobile. And you just have
It's just Astro Train.
It's Astro Train with the stupid symbols plastered onto the front. He's like, this is so humiliating.
Oh, man, I love Astro.
I understood,
Imagine
like, none of those
Megatron in
words.
spandex.
We know. Braden is not a Transformers fan whatsoever, but Ken and I have... We grew up in Rhode Island, so Transformers have always been in our back door, especially since we both grew up in Providence. Braden grew up in Lincoln,
Nearby, yeah.
which is still Rhode Island, but Hasbro isn't blasted in your face every time you go for a walk.
Yeah.
You don't have that giant cuboid just spinning slowly
Oh my
the
God.
skyline above you.
Remember when Hasbro was selling like those weird... They didn't sell the cube thing, right? That Cubex.
Cubics?
Cubex.
No, I think that was
Mattel. They were doing like big things in Rhode Island for Cubex at one point. Remember there was a dude walking around in a Cubex outfit. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
What is this Cubics thingy?
Back when it was popular.
Yeah.
Which means
know
never.
what you guys
It
are
was
talking
never
about.
popular. Cubex was a
I
show
ended
that
up
was
getting
like...
like a bunch of those toys for
We played
free.
the game on the GameCube and like 15 minutes in, we just threw it away. We were just like, no, we're done with this.
It was that great.
We just tossed it out.
I feel bad because I kind of wanted to see Hasbro get more competition, but conversely,
Good competition.
yeah.
Cubics, what were you? Topic of the day.
It's like it was just like, hey, we have a toy that can
Boy.
that can break down and turn into a bunch of other things.
Wasn't the original concept those therapy toys, like the little bricks? but what if they were action figures?
Yep.
That was like the
then
original
just-
concept art.
And then just suddenly,
What
it's
if?
cubes.
Profit.
And suddenly it's just like,
No
it's
profit.
a superhero.
It didn't make any
They had a TV show, video games, a comic book,
Multiple different toys.
yeah, and then like
A
no
card
one fucking
game.
remembers
Like,
this
Bionicle did all that shit, but people actually liked Bionicle.
shit. Yeah, that's the thing. You keep touching that chair, man.
Stop.
There's gonna be a shit ton of audio.
You want me to touch you instead?
You can touch me if you want,
I'm
but
stroking
like
his beard right now, context.
There,
That's
as loud
kinda
as that
weird.
is.
now I have to edit all of that.
Or just make it so it looks like I threw a chair.
That'd be funny.
Okay, so moving on to our next problem, which was Animatum. We were going to record the first episode of Animatum today, but there was problems with it. Mainly, we want to be secure in what clips we show, what shows we do, and the challenges we're allowed to show on YouTube. For instance, I wanted to do Chargeman Ken, but I'm not 100% on how.
Where it stands legally.
Yeah, because it is a 70s show, which most of the time in Japan, if a show is made around that time, most of the animators don't even give a crap anymore. They really do not care.
But there's also that one or two who are
Yeah.
just like, they will burn you at the stake.
So,
Or the corporation that owns that.
we
piece
just
as
want to
well.
get confirmation from YouTube and other creators that we know. I'm trying to get in contact with Mother's Basement right now to see what his legal advice is for showing anime. And I'm also getting in touch with Anime Abandon. If anyone, plug for both of those. Anime
There's
Abandon,
just going to be like thousands of plugs in this entire thing.
making more sound. You.
Stop.
I gotta edit that. I know, you-
I'm very
Twitchy.
twitchy. Yeah, that was actually my name in like middle school. Make sure, like, middle
That's
school,
great.
twitchy.
It reminds me of Tweak from fucking South Park. You were Tweak from South Park now in my head as a middle school student.
Oh, God. I mean,
Great.
I
He's
kinda
Tweak.
am.
I'm Kenny.
Cartman? No, that's not right.
Sounds about right to
Guys.
me.
If I was anyone, it's probably Stan. I have a fucked up family that will never listen to me, and on the other hand,
You're
I have
surrounded by
friends.
idiots.
I'm surrounded by my friends, and I have to make a decision with them.
Mm.
Also, he wasn't Diagnosed with like Asperger's at one point because he's like
No, that was
seeing
that
the
was
world
Car-
as shit.
No, that. Oh wait. No, there was the one where Cartman
Tourette's.
shoved a burger up his ass and said he had Asperger's.
Asperger's. Yeah, that episode.
And then
Yeah, that's the same episode.
Yeah.
But that's the same
Yeah.
episode where Stan is like, everything is shit, everything's awful, but then
Yeah.
he like meets these Matrix guys.
Mm. And then was that the same one with the goth? No, that was
That was a different one.
yeah. Okay.
But the problem arose with what we can show and how we're gonna show it. So it might be a little longer. We really want to do Animatum, because it's
That's gonna
just.
be fun.
Yeah, it's something that we all have an interest in. And we're not just going to do Japanese anime. Don't let anyone believe that that's the only thing we're going to do. We're also going to do like early 80s cartoons, 70s cartoons. We're going to try and find some Chinese cartoons.
I have a couple ideas for things to show him, but
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a couple of cartoons from China that we really want to look at because there's not a lot of legal stuff you have to worry about that.
Yeah, China don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's like, unless it's propaganda stuff, that's what they care about. But we're not going to be watching that. We're going to be watching the stuff before.
We're gonna watch like Communist Party of China propaganda
Yeah.
animation.
I just somehow, like, some reason imagined an 80s show from China. It's
Yeah.
Communist Party, but it's the Care Bears.
Oh my god.
And you know what's really funny is because of that joke of, like, the president of China, the emperor of China, looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my god, yeah.
So having them all Care Bears is just funny.
Isn't like Winnie the Pooh banned in China now? Because
Because of that, yeah.
Weird
I don't give a
shit.
fuck. We live in America. Put it up on screen.
He's bringing it.
I'm gonna put it up on screen.
it's all coming together, boys.
That's
Why is
gonna be
that
our
Mickey
version of
Mouse?
like Joe Rogan when he's like, "Oh, like,
Why wouldn't
look
it
this
be?
up, Google this, Google this."
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
pop it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to get in touch with them. I'm gonna send them an email tonight about what they do for legal action because Anime Abandon just went through this huge legal action with Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really bad. He reviewed Pokemon the movie 2000, and he got a cease and desist from the Pokemon Company
Oh,
and
wow.
Nintendo. So, but he does all weird stuff. Like, he does Bubblegum Crisis and all of that. So, I want to get his advice on what we should do because he's doing obscure stuff like we want to do anyway. But I just want to get their advice because I really want to do this. And if you don't know, Animatum is going to be if you took Mystery Science Theater 3000 and combined it with Double Dare from Nickelodeon back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So you're given a dare, and if they can't finish the show, or it's too terrible, or their brain is starting to melt, or they look at their cell phone for even a second, they give up and have to take the ultimatum challenge. And it won't just be Cricket. It'll also be Cosmonaut and me. So we will all have our chances to mess up and do a ultimatum challenge.
What happens if somebody else ends up failing? Like, say, if one of you failed the thing that was aimed at me.
Then we have to take the ultimatum with you.
Okay.
If you take the ultimatum by the end. If you don't, if you turn... Like, I'm imagining, like, the first show we want to do, if for anyone who wants to watch it, is on YouTube. It's called Charge Man Ken. We're going to do that first. And if you actually end up enjoying the show and Brayden hates it, Brayden still has to take the ultimatum. The ultimatum is for all of us.
Yeah, whoever does
Not just for one of us. Even if I am watching something like, I want to do Skeleton Warriors so goddamn bad. I don't know if anyone has ever seen... if you've seen our things...
Ken is like doing a little clap
because it is the
I've
most...
never gotten to fully see it.
Yeah, he's a heretic.
It's a perfect excuse.
You're just like you.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, I want to see it.
I'm not a heretic.
Skeleton Warriors!
I am not a heretic. I follow the will of the Emperor.
We're not getting into this. Ugh.
The God Emperor of mankind will destroy you.
So yeah, that's about...
You Slaneshi, you
chaos
creatures.
Next, we're gonna talk about so we switch from Ken and I to you and I. Our show that we have a plan for. Right now, it's literally on the docket as Hobo and Cosmo show.
Yes.
I love it.
Of course
love
you
the
do.
name.
We're not gonna call it that.
I'm not gonna be called Cosmo. I'm Cosmo. Cosmo makes it sound like I'm a mixture.
Well, you're
Cosmonaut
with a Z.
I am?
Yeah, we keep spelling it with a Z so we don't miss anything, anything up, or we keep spelling it with a Z, so Cosmonaut. They haven't seen your character yet. If Ken has anything done, we'll probably flip him on screen.
I'm a little red spacesuit man.
Yeah, you are a little red spacesuit man. I'm in space.
I'm a spacesuit man.
He does the space.
So our show that we've been talking...
I'm sorry. I made myself a theme song. And it has to be sung exactly like that.
It was super high pitched.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, but
so our show, as we're all going to do Animatum, which is just animation shows and an ultimatum. Our show is just going to be us talking about exploitation, sexploitation, blaxploitation, any of those
kind of movie that's like
Scottsploitation.
I wish. That'd be fantastic.
Oh my god, yeah.
Imagine like gruff Highlandman in like a kilt. Dude, it's shot in like the worst VHS tape ever. We
need to make this film genre thing.
We gotta go to Scotland.
Yeah.
And just make Scottsploitation.
Or just like make find a place that kind of looks like Scotland.
Just find a nice park in the summer or something.
Yeah, go to like...
is it bad that you also saying Scottsploitation? I'm thinking of Scott the toilet paper, and it's just like a toilet paper that rolls for like 20 minutes and then gets stomped on brutally, and it's Scottsploitation.
Yeah, you could combine. You could have like a Scotsman with like a kilt made of toilet paper and shit. And he's like, he pulls out his sword and it's like all toilet paper rolls glued together. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to kill you all with my powerful toilet paper sword, and you can't look under my toilet paper kilt, or I'll be crushing your skull.
He never has to worry about wiping his ass. But yeah,
I'm going to wipe my ass with my kilt, my arse, excuse me.
Because you and I
we just
really...
lost every Scottish viewer we might ever have ever.
There's actually a Scottish person we know who's actually going to watch this. You want to...
Oh, okay.
Push the button, you're closer.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, anonymous Scotsman who's going to watch this video.
Woman.
Scotswoman.
Yeah.
Oh, a lassie.
Yes. I hope she sees that part and she specifically points it out and is like, oi! Fuck you, you little git!
I want...
You wee git!
That's what I want. I want the first time you ever speak to this person, to just open up full Glasgow sounding like... Just completely unleash
The worst part is she doesn't have a really thick accent.
She really doesn't. She is a sweetheart.
She's
though.
a nice person, yes. So yeah, the reason we wanted to do that is because you and I started our friendship over film.
Yeah, we did.
Literally, our first conversation was
talking
Quentin
about that,
Tarantino.
Yeah.
And how much we love him, and then Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, and all various other.
And like
film
we just
things.
we really love film, and we love obscure stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
House is one of them that both you and I talked about a few weeks ago. House. Oh, it's like a horror. It's like a horror film shot in the UK. I'll pop up a thing on film.
I don't remember this. I don't remember. As you can tell
you
already,
have a terrible memory
I don't
sometimes.
remember a lot of things.
We were at Sellers Bookstore
I repress things.
in Rhode Island.
I repress
Go to
a lot.
Sellers.
It's a great store, yeah.
Not sponsored.
But
we'll just we'll just shill them for free though.
Yeah.
But you know, some books won't hurt.
Seller Stories.
Yeah,
Seller Stories is what it's called.
Yeah, Seller Stories.
Little
But yeah,
secrets.
look forward to that in the future. It's just gonna be Braden and I, kind of the same setup with Animatum, but
Talking
us just
about
talking about
movies.
films
Yeah.
and suggesting you guys either go watch it or not, or maybe we do a live stream once where we start the movie and we just
Yeah.
talk over.
Call them films, your little monocle.
Yeah.
Little monocle.
We have a monocle. We could just pop one into.
We'll just put one over the helmet.
Yeah, it's just glued. It's glued.
Film.
It's glued to Cosmonaut's
It's
helmet.
like
You
it's
can't
like,
even put it in.
Like popcorn pops up. It's a movie. Monocle. It's a film.
So
My
yeah,
name
I
is
mean
stupid.
that there's not much to say, but that's
Yeah,
pretty much what we're
coming
gonna
up.
do, like B films and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
weird
I
stuff.
want us to do one of my favorite B films, and I love this without any like irony at all, and it is Teenagers from Outer Space.
I've never even heard of
Oh
it.
my god, the first scene is like a spaceship lands, and this guy who's very obviously not a teenager, like in his 30s, shoots a dog and it turns into a skeleton. And then like he grabs the dog's collar, right? Hold on, look, I'm not done. He grabs the dog's collar and he reads the address and he goes to the address and befriends the woman and rents their room.
That makes about a...
Oh, and their leaders are like lobsters or something. Like, it is
Wait.
that shit.
So the aliens are like humanoid, but their leaders are... So it's like a multi-species like alien.
I have no
I don't
idea,
fucking know.
but I've watched this film 100 times and I still don't understand the plot, but it is brilliantly done to the point where I know every scene from it.
Okay. I feel like
You'd want to be there for that?
I almost feel like I want to try and at least.
If you want to shoot for like that kind of weird absurdish, go for like I Love Surf Nazis Must Die.
Yes!
Yes,
This is why we're friends!
But like,
Surf Nazis?
Isn't the
All I'm imagining is.
oh yeah, and
all-
the heroine is like a sassy black lady.
Yep.
Yeah, and then she kills surfing Nazis.
Yep.
It's
All I'm
fantastic.
fantastic.
imagining is like Adolf standing there in some swim
Uh.
trunks, and he's like, "Let's get ready for the board now. Let's not
Surf
stop,
Nazis
dude."
must. Have you guys seen? I know it's like a YouTube thing. It's not like a real movie. Kung Fury.
It's a real thing. Fuck you. Kung Fury's awesome.
I love how they got David Hasselhoff to sing.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the most
funny.
amazing thing ever.
So moving on from that,
If you wanna
we're gonna
know
start
the
getting
truth
into
about-
the actual podcast stuff. It's taken us almost an hour, but that was all the stuff we wanted to talk about. So now we'll get into what the actual podcast will mostly be for every week. We're gonna talk about firstly books, comics, and anything, paper.
Yeah.
No, well,
Right.
not
Things
not
we've
that
already
yet.
been talking about.
Yeah, books and comics and stuff like that that we've been really interested.
This is
in.
gonna be the audio of this. It's just like me playing with my phone, me playing with it, me like
And then
burping
burping.
incessantly.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you. I'm a professional burper.
So I'll start off, I guess. I've been reading House of Leaves, which is just, I'm halfway through it, and it's fantastic. I did not expect this book to be as good as it is, because...
Danielewski, right? The author? Mark C. Danielewski, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not expect it to be this good. It annoys Ken to no end, because it's an experimental novel, and it's kind of a
Postmodern.
descent... Yeah, it's kind of a descent into madness. And if you guys get a chance, please read this. And Nick Nocturne, on YouTube, he's Nightmind. He did a challenge for the book, is why I picked it up, because I wanted to support him. He's a great YouTuber. He just did 2 episodes on House of Leaves, explaining it in the best way possible. And
There's also I think her name is What's So Great About That. She did a really good video. I think that's her. I can't think of that.
I think that's her name.
I'll have to look that
up.
up.
I'll link, if you send it to me, I'll link it in the description for it.
She did a good video. Was it her? I'm not even sure now. I'll figure it out. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I've been reading that. I'm really enjoying it. It's taken me forever because of all the editing and whatnot. So I like get in a chapter maybe every week. It's really bad.
I know, like, there's a part of the framing device is like a documentary, right? And they find out the documentary.
A fake documentary.
Right. No, it was an academic studying the documentary, right? And it was the documentary wasn't even existing. I think
it was a guy talking about a movie, making a documentary about a movie that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
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 So
I know. I haven't read it, but I know a little.
Yeah,
bit about
that's giving away a little too much. But yes, please read it. Like it is.
I spoiled it. Fuck,
it's not. It's not too much. Because the game, it descends fast after a while.
Yeah. Like real horror that really fucks with your head. Not just
it's emotional and
it's not
psychological horror.
Spooky, scary mask that pops up and
it's
shrieks
interesting,
really
like
loudly.
when Poe was writing, his writing was like considered like heavy psychological horror. Like when people read the like things like The Pit and the Pendulum and the cat, the
Black Cat,
and the one with the eye, the Telltale Heart, like that fucked with people in the Victorian era. Like people that was considered terrifying.
It's still terrifying today when you think about it in context.
I
think we were talking about that when we were walking a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Went to go get burritos.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That's weirdly off topic, but don't ever let anyone tell you not to go get burritos. Go get burritos. Go buy burritos right now.
No matter what anyone tells you, eating a burrito is a party. You're partying if you're eating a burrito. I don't care if
unless it's fucking stuffed with bay leaves for some reason. Because every time I go to my favorite Mexican restaurant, there is just pumped with bay leaves in mine. It's like, oh, John ordered. Fuck that shit up with bay leaves. I love how we got 3 burritos. Nobody else in the house got fucking bay leaves but me. I got like 6 bay leaves in one fucking burrito. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, let's give him the fucking forest.
Ken was like, you're gonna just bite at the end, and it's just all bay leaf. It just stops being burrito at some point, and they just stuffed dry bay leaves at the bottom. But I love that place. I won't mention them by name, because, I don't want to give away too close to where we live.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's not.
You already told us.
I already have a bunch of furries.
Yeah, but they're like so far spread apart from where the actual location of town hall is that they could never actually.
Yeah,
giving away like town names, not locations, is fine.
Yeah.
Super smart, hacky people will figure it out. But
no.
I hope we don't really have anybody.
Let's pull up to Cosmonaut's house and throw eggs at his window. So we don't like.
You're racist. I don't know.
Why is that racist?
I don't know, because you hated a game from South Africa or something. I don't know.
Like, wait, South Africans.
No, I just.
By the way, I don't hate South Africans. They're wonderful.
That just inherently sounds. That inherently sounds bad.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be like that means he supports apartheid or like whatever.
Yeah, whatever
the
hell. Yeah. But you just picked up Solomon Kane.
Yes, I was at a local bookstore and I picked up. I'm a big fan of Robert E. Howard. I love Robert. Especially the Conan stories. People, first of all, a lot of people know Conan's. So many people forget about Robert E. Howard. It's just like with Edgar Rice Burroughs and Tarzan and all those other characters like John Carter and everything. But
John Carter's badass. Sorry to interrupt.
I know.
John Carter's badass, and that movie ruined John Carter.
I know. I actually kind of liked it.
It ruined it for me because it was so overly hyped to be something that it wasn't.
Yeah, I know. But like,
sorry to interrupt.
But I'm actually on this Edgar Rice Burroughs rant now. But like, have you read Actually, I've been reading Philip Jose Farmer a bit.
Okay.
That writer.
Okay.
His book Dare, which was I'll go back to Solomon Kane eventually, but I'm on this. Dare is the whole. I studied the premise of the book. The Roanoke colony is like injected into like the future on another planet, and
Dare's freaking awesome.
Read
it.
Yeah, and they have like the weird like horse satyr people.
He needs to read it.
It's a fantastic book. You should read it. I'll lend it to when I'm done.
Here's the thing. Maybe if we can find a way for everyone to read it, we can have it like next month. Yeah. We do like a book club thing.
I've been talking about wanting to do a book club of like genre fiction, like fantasy, science.
Yeah,
fiction,
yeah.
maybe a little harder.
Maybe we can get all of us together, read the book,
Mhm.
and we talk about it with the people. Like, have them. I don't know how we do it. Maybe I'd set something up like a automatic phone thing for them to call in and tell us what they thought about the thing. Like, it wouldn't be any of our numbers. It would be a special number that I set up. That'd be something I'd look into. Like, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, my point about bringing up Farmer is that he actually did a trilogy of books set in Tarzan's world, and it's about Carcosa.
Yeah,
And I haven't read it, but I read about it on Wikipedia. I need to read this book because it's like the trilogy is about like the history and culture of Carcosa.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's like, have you heard of this? It's called like The Flight from Opar, I think the book.
No, I've
is
never
called.
heard of that.
And you know, like the city of the lost city of Carcosa in the in Tarzan.
Yep.
The premise is that, you know, like in Burroughs' writing, he kind of has a few vague like references to their culture and their history and all that. He takes a few vague references and capitalizes on the vagueness to build like a whole lore of like Ice Age Africa, of like this civilization existing. I know there's all kinds of words, like they're like a matriarchal civilization.
Awesome.
And it has like, they're almost like the Iroquois, like they have like a weird balance of power between like the male council and the woman's council and all this stuff.
That's super cool.
Yeah,
like
it looks.
that.
I need to read this book. I'm gonna find it. I'm probably gonna buy it off Amazon soon because I can't find it in any store.
Send me a link in Discord of the thing, and I'll pop it up on screen so everyone can see it. But yeah, you're super huge into
Robert
Conan,
Howard,
Robert Howard, and stuff.
And I've been reading again the Solomon Kane stories, and they're fantastic. Solomon Kane is essentially this Puritan warrior. You know, the Pilgrims. He kind of has his hat and his Puritan shit on, and he's this religious fanatic.
I'll pop it up
in a sense,
so they can see it.
But what's interesting, like there's even Robert Howard being explicitly says in one of the stories, he's like, he says like, oh, I am going to kill this monster because it is against God and Christ. And it's like, and he says like inside emotions he didn't even understand what was really about, like the thrill of adventure and the thrill of the kill. He wanted to have a fight. And that's kind of like his thing is like, oh, but he's a dour Puritan, but like inside he's like this guy who just wants to fucking fight. He wants to.
Yeah,
he's just
he wants
like
to fight
he's
things.
like if Conan was converted to like a hardcore religious sect. He's like,
awesome.
I want to kill things,
If
but
Conan was Doom Guy.
oh
So
god,
moving.
oh god, Conan in Doom, that'd be great.
Oh god. Moving beyond
Exactly.
Solomon Kane. Not to push you off. I just know that we have to continue. Have you guys read any comics recently? I've been reading Black Kiss too. Because I picked up the whole collection.
Yeah.
Not exactly the most child friendly. In fact, I was totally right. The original Black Kiss came out in the 80s and it was super controversial. Like, people were in uproars about this fucking comic. And because apparently people didn't even want to sell it, so they had to have it put in a special case like it was pornography.
Oh yeah,
because it's very pornographic.
like the shrink wrap type shit.
Yeah, so
Like
that's
they
the
do
only
Berserk.
way they would sell it.
Yeah.
It didn't help the controversy, but it also got it out there. And I have to say, like, as I'm reading Black Kiss 2 because I don't have Black Kiss 1 yet, but I want to pick up a hard copy of it, the graphic novel. It is so good about talking about that controversy of sexually repressed America.
Yeah.
Like, one of the first scenes is, like, people getting, trigger warning real quick, people getting raped in a movie theater by a tentacle succubus with, like, dicks just coming out.
You sent me the pictures of
I
that.
sent you the pictures, yeah. Like, it was like, I don't know, it was like 3 in the afternoon or something. I just randomly sent you
I bring up my phone and it's like a picture of this, like, dick tentacle monster, like, raping a dude in the ass. Like the dude, one dick tentacle is wrapped around his ankle, he's hanging upside down, there's a giant dick tentacle, like, going up his ass.
Yeah, at the same
time. And then
time.
Black Kiss isn't, like, sucking one of the dicks or something fucked up.
No, she's not even in that scene.
Some, like,
That's
character.
just a random lady, yeah. I think that's actually the succubus herself, sucking her own things.
She's sucking her own... Something's up there.
They just ignore it.
She's sucking...
I believe she is,
sucking one of her own dicks.
Yeah.
That's such a great sentence. She is sucking one of her many dicks.
It's like that weird hentai thing where she's like, I'm getting fucked in the ass while licking, while eating out my own pussy, like that thing. Yeah. You remember which one I'm talking about,
yeah.
right? She's like, I'm being fucked in the
like,
ass.
I love the one where it's like, this isn't tennis, this is anal sex.
Anyway,
and it's like, oh no, how did this happen? I was playing tennis and then I'm getting fucked up. How did this happen to me?
Isn't that just regular porn logic?
You pretty much. But anyway, Black Kiss is about like I said, that first scene is people being raped by it. But then when they leave the theater, they don't even talk about it. They don't look at each other. They don't say, "Oh my God, that thing happened." No, because if they did, they'd be perverts. Because
they'd be admitting they're in the porn theater,
yeah, they would be admitting to that. So it's like this weird society thing of like people not willing to admit any kind of sexual things in public because they're too good for it. They're too posh to be even considered around sexual things, but behind closed doors they're the worst ones.
Yeah,
they are the
it's
big,
like
they are the rapists. They are the like messed up people who want like and they won't ever admit it because that's what society told them to. Like it's really cool in this idea of sexual repression. I don't know, I really like that stuff. So you know, well, also you mentioned earlier I'm super into Slanesh, so it's not really terrifying
all comes
for
full
me.
circle because Philip Jose Farmer was big into breaking sexual taboos in science fiction.
Yeah.
One of his I think his first novel was actually about like a sexual relationship, like a loving consensual relationship between like an alien and a human person.
So talking about our sexual stuff, what have you
been reading?
You ever read any comics lately, even if it was an online comic?
The last comic that comes to mind that I read.
Okay, I know it's gonna be.
It's gonna be. It has to be that Mega Man one.
Oh no!
Really? Oh yeah, the Mega Mix.
Yeah.
The Mega Man Mega Mix. I have a
say that 10 times fast.
Mega Man Mega Mix. Mega Man Mega Mix. Mega
Don't
Man
actually
Mega Mix.
say it 10 times fast.
Mega Man Mega Mix.
I'll bring back crafts.
What did you think about
That's
it?
something for another time.
For a while, because I've known a couple people in high school who were super into Mega Man.
Well, I was at the time we were in high school. I was reading the Sonic comics too, so I was always fighting with them.
Oh yeah,
Sonic.
Sonic comics are super cool, dude.
Have you seen the art where he's like 9-inch nails and katanas? I've seen that art.
Oh god,
that's not canon though.
It's not canon, but Scorch the Hedgehog was.
Yes, he was. It was cool. Okay, go on about your Mega Man thing.
Okay, for the longest time, when I was talking to people about that, there was mention of trying to make a modern version of Mega Man, and I ended up just saying to people constantly that all you would really need to do is up the detail, do some panel lines, and that's all you would really need to do, because otherwise they kind of look like the kind of things that Asimo was starting to look like at the time. I think that the first one was out at that, was being shown on YouTube at that point. I forget.
Probably.
But it was like, oh yeah, it's just this plasticky looking group of robots. And then they probably have metal armor plating underneath. Not a big deal. And then I look at this comic book, Megamix, and lo and behold, it does exactly what I was saying would be all that would be necessary to update the Robot Masters.
Yeah, and you actually liked it. Usually you hate Cutman and stuff, but like this one
Oh,
was
no.
like you liked it.
Which leads to a different story. If you
Oh,
don't
no.
mind.
Oh no! Wait, is
I
it video
don't-
game related?
No.
What is it?
Remember the drawing contest?
For us?
The
Or-
one in the classroom.
No, I don't. I think I graduated already.
Okay. Well, what had happened here was the super duper like you're a weeb. Sorry to say, Kaz, but this guy was a weeb.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh god.
like he would do the cat face. He would draw all the animus, and it
Wait,
was
like what do you mean cat face? Like you would
yes.
do the ooh?
Yes.
Oh.
Anyways,
This was years ago too.
yeah.
Oh, that was before it was even like a meme or anything. That was like you
Yes.
were really seriously like
Yes.
fucking ooh. That's how I read it.
So
I don't even read it as an emo. I just read it as ooh.
okay,
Yeah,
so a thing that me and him started to do, because he was really, he was far better at drawing than me, but he also just was super dead set in these, anime-esque things. One thing we did first was trying to draw powered armor, Fallout A or, Starship Trooper-y looking stuff. I went actually very Starship Trooper with it. Or really more like the Iron Man, the first Iron Man suit from the first movie is a good
Mark
example.
1.
Yeah, the Mark 1 armor from that is a lot like what I ended up drawing. He drew an anime robot girl.
That's fantastic.
And I was like, so where does the armor end and the lady begin?
That's not important because, the boundary doesn't have to be clearly set because, like, frame arm girls
And Strike Witch.
and strike
Strike witches.
witches.
That's a weapon system. That is not armor.
You know, just
Armor covers you.
Or
Even if
Kinkole.
okay,
Oh,
armor
yeah.
covers
They're not
you.
even wearing armor, but they're battleships.
they're wearing
and
like
stuff.
schoolgirl
They're
costumes.
Yeah.
wearing schoolgirl costumes and then loads of guns with maybe
Yeah, it's
some arms
fantastic.
built on to hold
We
it
need-
on.
It's a fantastic show.
That is not armor.
I don't care. It's fantastic.
I will not accept that as armor. I will say that's a weapon system,
Okay.
and that's it. But
Iron Man's suit isn't a weapon system?
it is a powered exoskeleton with a weapon system
Oh
built
my
in.
god.
Oh my.
Anyway, to the part that's actually important here.
Jesus fucking
I
Christ.
ended up saying because first thing
Oh
was
yeah, you guys did a drawing. I was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did a drawing competition for Cutman. Specifically Cutman.
yes,
To redesign him.
Mm.
I
because we were
remember
having
this.
an argument over that, and
And
it's
then you
like
had a third person join you, and his art was like so laughable that you guys literally bonded over how bad it was. It was Christian, right? I don't care
Yeah.
about saying his name. The dickhead.
yeah. Hi, Christian. I hope you're not mad. You're not still mad about the bucket of water thing.
Yeah, that's a long story.
Wow.
We're out of touch on that one. No,
Oh yes,
just
that's another story that I can tell.
no.
Anyways, the contest went, and what I did was I ended up going because I was kind of an edgy teen. Closest I got was making a really angry lobster man, I think. But
Yep.
anyway,
What?
Yeah.
again, we'll explain. But what ended up happening was I did sort of like.
Too bad you don't have any of these drawings. You could put them up on screen.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll recreate them. But what I ended up doing was I sort of turned the scissor on his head into like a Kabuto helm, sort of like head crest. And then I gave him fighting claw-like things that could be catapulted off of larger gauntlets to go with the heavy boots and everything. And then he drew anime girl Cutman.
You say girl, but it wasn't a girl.
I
It
forget.
was very androgynous, but
Yes.
you were like, it's a girl.
Yeah.
Just throw boobs on it, why don't you? And we're just like, Ken, it's not a girl.
It was like
It was
did
a
not
very
move.
androgynous man.
Throw boobs on. I'm down. Oh no, if it's a man, I'm not down.
No,
for
it was a very
boobs.
androgynous looking
Okay,
man.
yeah.
It was just he
I
drew
was-
a very angular female featured
Yeah.
face and longer hair,
Mhm.
but it was a man.
To
So
me,
he
it
was
looked
like
too
making
human.
traps before traps were popular.
No,
I'm just
he
kidding.
was just trying to go with like
That style.
robot.
Okay.
So androgynous, it doesn't really have a gender, but it looks slightly female,
looks-
but it looks male if you take away the hair.
I was
So
more
it
annoyed
was-
because it looked too different from what I did. I kept
Yeah,
the
I
same
know.
color blocking. I had a similar body shape.
And then Christian
structure.
comes along with his triangle scissor person.
Oh
It
yeah.
looked like if Freddy Krueger and a triangle got into a fight
know
and then they morphed together.
You know what?
Triangle
No,
man,
it looks
triangle
like-
man.
If a little kid was with cerebral palsy tried to draw Stretch Armstrong,
What the fuck?
that is what it looks like to me in memory.
Now I'm sorry, but now I want Michael J. Fox to
Oh god,
play
it's not even
Stretch
fucking
Armstrong.
Arkansas.
I know it's not, but it's still the same thing as what he was going for.
Oh my god.
Just like
So yeah, you really enjoyed the Mega Man comic that I showed you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I just haven't been able to catch up with current comics. I've been using Comic Storian and whatnot to keep up with comic books lately.
I've been reading. A
I
comic.
remember going back to that. After I ended up drawing the Cutman thing, I was like, you know what? There's room on the rest of this page. So then I drew Bomb Man and Elect Man.
Yeah, I remember.
And it was like, I did a lot of, I built Bomberman's hand. Well, I keep calling him Bomberman, but that's a different character. Either way, he had an opening in his hand, so it looked like he had channels for explosives to be launched out. And it was like, that was cool.
So, Brayden, sorry.
Go
Ken,
for it.
all
I'll stop. I will stop.
What comic have you been reading?
It's a manga.
Okay, manga.
Yeah, same shit.
Say it, yeah, it's just Japanese comic.
Yeah.
It's
It's
written
called.
the wrong way.
Shut up. It's written,
Oh,
I want
God.
to make sure I have the name right. Because the name is Japanese and German. It's weird.
Oh,
But yeah.
Girls
bring it up.
und Panzer.
No, it's Ukami no Kuchi Wolfsmund.
Okay.
It is the original reason why I started reading it is because the author, the mangaka, excuse me.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. She was one of Kentaro Miura's assistants for a while. One of the few assistants he
Okay.
had. And it's about I don't remember her name, but it's set in Switzerland, I believe, during the 1300s or the 1200s. I remember Switzerland, and it's about when the Austrians were like taking over that Switzerland and the Swiss Confederation, and it's like they were rebelling. It has Wilhelm Tell as a character in it. Cool.
That's cool.
The apple off the head dude.
That's extremely cool.
Yeah. Okay, so the premise is that there's this pass called the Wolfsman, the Wolf's Maw, the Wolf's Jaw, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the one place where the Swiss rebels can get out of Switzerland. So like do like operations with like their money and stuff like that, or just for whatever reason. So you need a pass from the Austrian Duke to get past this checkpoint. But it's controlled by this Austrian governor. His name is Wolfram, and he is the most sadistic motherfucker. But one of his things is he has like insanely good intuition. So he always like tricks people and like trips people up and gets them to admit like what they're doing. Like this one, it's like every chapter. I haven't read that far into it, but like every chapter I've gotten through so far, they give you this really heroic, wonderful set of characters that are trying to get through the pass. Okay. And they build them up, and you really want to root for these characters. And then at the end, they go before Lord Wolfram. Something happens. They get like decapitated, hung, like ripped apart, and like drawn and quartered. And the end of each chapter is like they're like dead bodies, like being hung from the walls of the castle.
Super cool though.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's like actually it says in the description, like part of it is like look at how inhumane the Middle Ages really were. Like it's not like a Roman. But it's like so funny because like he's kind of like feminine looking. A little bit. But like the Austrian Duke is like borderline trap. He's so feminine looking.
That's cool.
So he's like he's like super. But it's a fantastic manga. A lot of historical detail went into it. Really cool. Really interesting setting because like medieval Switzerland. Like everyone does medieval Switzerland.
That's why we talk a lot about like medieval German and stuff like that. And the Czech Republic and stuff. That's why you love Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yes, fantastic game. But yeah, like Germany, Swiss speaks German and everything, but it's not a history that gets like a lot of coverage.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cut you off there. And any recommendations you guys have for books, comics? My recommendation is, guys, go out and get House of Leaves if you love like kind of horror stories, but not the monster in the hallway type of stories. More of the monster is you. Go read that. It's fantastic. Also, book you mentioned. Oh crap. Dare. Yes, find Dare. I will put a picture of it up on screen.
Song.
No, not the Stanbush song. But Dare, go find that. It is fantastic.
Farmer,
yeah. Is that what your recommendation is going to be?
Plug Dare again.
Yep.
Wolfsman and Solomon Kane stories. Those are pretty good too.
Yeah.
I'll recommend those.
Any recommendation? Obviously, you only mentioned the Mega Man, but do you recommend people read it, or do you recommend they find your favorite comic books right now, which you didn't even mention? The Hanna-Barbera DC
I was going to
crossover.
say he's going to say Hanna-Barbera, but he didn't.
I didn't because we had talked about the Mega Man thing, and then I dragged on with that whole story.
Yeah, but
there were... I need to find the rest of these. But
we did. We found some for you. We found...
Oh my god, yes!
We found Muttley and the other one, yeah.
Dastardly and Muttley.
Dastardly and Muttley, yeah.
Yes!
So if you guys can't tell, as an animator and artist, he absolutely loves...
I grew up with Hanna-Barbera, and
it was a
just
guilty
seeing
pleasure.
these, it really is. Or really, I'm not going to be guilty about it. I don't care.
You really don't care, yeah.
But there's a bunch of these weird DC and Hanna-Barbera crossovers, like The Flash and the Speed Buggy. Let's see.
Your favorite that you had to buy the minute you saw it.
Jabberjaw and Aquaman. Let's see. There's another side story in that one, which has Captain Caveman.
Redesigned as a DC hero.
Yeah, he is just like this giant hairy mountain of a caveman now. And then he has those same girls as just female friends who start teaching him how to function in the modern world.
I love how you just want that as a comic series.
I don't want that as a comic book.
You want that as a TV?
I want to see that.
A sitcom of Captain Caveman.
Yes.
Like learning to survive. I could get behind that.
It has to be animated though. If it's live action, I'm gonna burn it alive.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to get anybody.
I would actually watch that for Conan the Barbarian. It's like Conan the Barbarian in the modern world. Like,
I'm
he
gonna
comes out.
hack the system.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah, when they talk about RPGs, like, you have like a Conan character in like a futuristic world, and you'd be like, all right, we're hacking the system. He just hacks the sword.
Yeah, as like
sword.
the hacker is like trying to get in the system, and the computer's just fucking up, and in the background they just see Conan chopping shit in half.
I have hacked at it.
The beast is dead. Its electrical body lays but foul beast. He just keeps hitting it and shocking
I will
himself.
tear out its.
I will kill man, beast, devil, or god.
I will tear
I
out
guarantee
its metal
no
heart.
one watching has seen the movie I just referenced. Because it's more or less a romance movie about Robert E. Howard.
So what's another thing?
It exists.
Another thing.
I don't know why, but it exists.
Oh, we'll get onto that next.
I want to say
Sorry.
one more. What do you think happens when you combine Elmer Fudd and Batman?
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting bats.
That's a good answer too, but I was gonna say a film noir story.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see.
Be very, very quiet.
I'm hunting playboys. It exists. Look it up. There's an act. I know somebody did.
Of all the gin joints in all the world that Wabbit could have walked into, he had to walk into mine.
Yeah. It's like Porky owns a bar. And a bunch of
No.
characters. were
No!
redesigned.
Oh my god.
You should look it up. You would love it.
Yeah.
Do you know the name
yeah.
of it?
I don't know the name off the top of my head, but I can look it up. It'll be up on here.
It'll be up.
Of
Yeah.
all the yogurt joints in all the world, that
Oh.
rascally Wabbit.
What did you say it was?
All the tricks
Elmer
joints.
Fudd and Batman. He's looking it up on Google right now. And the thing is, Elmer Fudd is written so his speech is phonetic. Like,
Oh,
it
Christ.
reads how he would speak.
It's like when they write like
Yes!
Yeah. Oh,
That's
can I see
it!
it? I want to see.
That is it.
Oh my. What? Yeah, and he owns a. Oh my god. Yeah, and that's like totally.
I'm
Rick's.
totally behind this. Recommend. Go find this. We'll put
Yeah.
it up on screen. Go find
Oh my
this.
god! Look at this. You have to show that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's like
it's
Elmer
on the
Fudd
cover.
and like Elmer Fudd and like almost like a Frank Miller looking
Yes!
drawing style position.
How did I not know about this?
I
How
want
do you not know about this?
This is super cool. So his speech is
also,
phonetic.
yeah.
like it's spelled like.
Oh yeah, it is. This is for my Will Quile.
Oh, is he a police officer?
No.
He's
What
just
is
a
he?
bounty hunter. It looks like.
Oh,
right?
he has like. Oh yeah, I thought that hat was a cop hat, but no, it was a sign.
Oh yeah, totally. I think all of us get behind this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What's another one? These were all Marvel. Well, no, this is DC. So, another one I saw, which is completely unrelated, I think. Wonder Woman fighting the Tasmanian Devil.
What?
No, it's probably part of the same series because
probably.
it's part of the Looney Tunes thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Daffy Duck having to contend with the Joker.
Oh,
Trying
what
to induct him into the gang.
He'd
Why?
probably want to kill himself.
They're the same, DuckTales. Doo doo.
That's a completely different
That's a
duck.
Oh.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up on screen now.
Oh,
the
that looks
Tasmanian
freaking
Devil.
cool.
They redesigned him. He's fucking awesome.
He is a terrifying monster when you think about it.
That is super cool. Yeah, I'm down with this. I'm down with this Looney Tunes crossover crowd.
How about this? Marvin the Martian and the Martian Manhunter.
Manhunter. Oh man.
That's a thing too.
Okay, well, there's your recommendations from
Just find
the
all
rest of us.
the crossovers.
Can I count you on that?
Yeah.
Recommendation. Find these freaking books. I'm gonna pop a couple
Also,
up on screen.
here's another one. Here's another thing.
We have to move on.
I know, but I want to say this
Okay,
first.
go on.
Okay. You know those Bionicle comic books?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were published by DC.
Yeah, we know.
I didn't know
Bionicle
that.
DC Universe.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're part of the DC collaborative stuff.
So technically,
Lego teamed up with them a while back
So
to do that.
technically-
Yeah.
DC Extended Universe could have an alternate reality where those guys are. You could open up a thing and have a giant Gurren Lagann sized robot causing trouble.
Jesus Christ, that's wonderful.
Well, so there were our recommendations. If they weren't pretty clear, I said House of Leaves. Braden said
we both said Dare.
We both said Dare. Yeah.
And I said then
Solomon
Wolfsmund
Kane.
and Solomon Kane. Yeah.
Wolfsmund.
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 The manga.
And Ken recommends you guys go and find the
All
Looney
the
Tunes-
crossovers.
all the DC crossover stuff. Currently, I showed you before we leave comics and stuff. I showed you recently Batman Meets the Max, and you're a huge Max
I love
fan.
the Max, and I liked Batman.
My
too.
uncle was super into that. He
Yeah.
still has his poster up in my grandma's
I
house.
have all the Max comics.
Yeah, they're
I got
super
them
cool.
the whole set for I think it was like $10
Awesome.
from a friend. Yeah, she didn't want them.
And
Like, they're filling up. space.
moving on from comic books to movies and stuff, Ken, something you and I are super into, and my fiance happens to be in love with. I showed you. Batman Meets the Ninja Turtles is coming out.
Yeah, I saw the commercial for that, and I
You see his
immediately-
face just glow with happiness of like this exciting.
This exists,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
make something.
and they look good.
The comic series.
I have never seen an episode of the Ninja Turtles in my life.
That's fine. There's been lots of people we've met, which
Yeah.
just happens that we're both super huge fans of TMNT. I mean, there was one day where we were supposed to be recording an episode, and we just sat, ate pizza, and watched fucking Ninja Turtles forever.
Yeah.
That's what you eat if you're watching Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you eat pizza.
I know.
And then you eat sausage. I don't know why. Just throw it in there,
Yeah, because turtles have big dicks.
I guess. Oh.
No, I can't believe I just said that.
How would you
camera? Well, not on camera, but
How
on
would you
board.
know?
Audio.
So yeah, that's the thing. We're interested. We'll probably watch that this
Oh,
month.
definitely.
We'll probably give it a watch.
I love how they look like themselves.
Yeah.
And have like slight color and proportion differences.
That's how they always should be. I mean, if there's anything I had to ever say about the Ninja Turtles from Michael Bay's film, one, they fucking look like Goron's people. I'm gonna put a picture of Raph up there and a Goron. They look like Gorons. They're Gorons. They're not Ninja Turtles. But I love the idea that he had
They're
with...
Gamera, defender of the universe.
I want to see Ninja Gorons in the next Zelda game. Now.
Oh my god.
They're trained by Sheikah.
Yep. Okay. The only good thing I really liked is that they had, like, different styles. Donatello isn't really good at fighting, so you'd expect him to get beat up more often, especially when they're in the fights. And he has, like, that little cracked shell, and he has, like, a PC fan in it to... and he has, like, a wire coming out the back of his shell and everything. Like, that's really cool. That gets into the character being, like, technologically advanced and whatnot. And working with, like, garbage tech.
Most versions of him that are really old have him being some level of cyborg. I remember this one animated movie that had him literally be a robot. He downloaded his brain into a thing.
So he like went ghost in the shell, but he was a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost
He's
in the turtle.
in the shell. Ghost
Yeah.
in the turtle shell. I think there's actually an episode in Fast Forward called Ghost in the Turtle Shell. Like, as an homage. And, like, the whole episode is literally an episode almost scene for scene reshot, but with the turtles.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
That's
they showed, like,
ridiculous.
super homage to it, because they were like, this is super cool, and they love it, and it was set in the future so they could do crazy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's coming out, and a big movie for us, I'll probably force Brayden to go see it, just so we can all talk about it. Endgame is coming out. The build-up, it's been 10 plus years coming up now. You know, it's the end of the Marvel...
I have no interest.
I know you have no interest, but it's the end of the whole Marvel movie collab Avengers storyline. So I figured if we just even go see it, even if you don't want to see it, we go, we see it, and we can talk about it.
I can tell you one thing about the current Avengers storyline, and that is Thanos is thick.
Ugh.
I love those memes. It's like the one good thing to come out of that.
No, stop! I was just gonna say it. Stop with the Ant-Man memes. God damn it. God, I love Ant-Man, and you guys are ruining him for me.
I have a better question about that. Why is it
Thanos.
always his butt? Like, why can't... like, imagine if instead he just shrunk a bowling ball and jumped into Thanos' ear. And then just had that be a timed thing.
Well, because that's not as funny.
Because, it's not as funny as going up his butt. Have you seen the one where he reverses time when Ant-Man goes into his butt and he's like, It's really messed up.
It was like midnight.
No, look, you're getting me into the meme. Stop it! I don't want to be part of this.
It was like midnight one day, and my friend sends me this picture of like Thanos' ass, and it says like "Yum Yum Thanos Bum Bum," and it was like
That's the
midnight,
type
like,
of shit you'd expect from me.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Just
It was-
random
it was
pictures
just
of
internet friend. Yeah.
random pictures of like
Can we not talk about a muscular California raisin and continue?
yeah. So Endgame
Yum,
is something
yum.
we'll probably watch.
Thanos Bum Bum.
So in the next podcast, it should be out already. We should have we should have went to Anime Boston already.
Yeah.
And then the weekend after that, we'll probably see the film, and then we'll record the podcast like that Tuesday or whatever, and it should be out by like I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday, whatever I feel like doing.
Days. They're a thing.
So we yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna go see that just to either bitch about it or. You know, hey, we ended it. We don't have to go see any more Marvel movies anymore. I'm a huge fan of Marvel. I mean, my walls have Marvel shit on them. My fiance has a Marvel tattoo on her wrist. Like, I love Marvel. I've always loved Marvel.
You know what tattoo she should get?
What?
Thanos Bum Bum.
She probably would, because it's funny.
Thanos car.
So, no, Thanos Copter. Thanos Copter's a real thing.
Yeah,
It's a yellow helicopter.
Yeah, I know, but there's also Thanos car.
I know. That meme's stupid.
Thanos brick.
Fuck you, I like that meme.
You
stupid.
Bless you. Damn.
He threw his body back as he sneezed.
So, as anime, as the winter season is calming down now from anime, you were super into Goblin Slayer.
I was.
I was super into The Promised Neverland.
Oh, yeah, I need to watch that still.
It has a slow start, and I'm not gonna sit there and tell people that it doesn't. It is a slow, like, it'll take you a while to get into the show if you're not into slow beginnings, but I was hooked from the very beginning. So I was already one of the people that the show was, like, playing on, like, you're just gonna watch more, you're gonna watch more, you're gonna watch more. It is very slow compared to the manga, and I've been reading the manga, and I was spoiling storylines for myself, and I know it's bad, but, man, like, I just want more.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's a really cool idea.
Read the manga, pleb.
Yeah. Like, there's one manga that you and I want to be turned into a anime series, and it will never be turned into an anime series.
The hacker one.
Yeah, Bloody Monday.
Yeah.
Man, I have the entire series of Bloody Monday. Cricket's sister, she's super into it too. We all want this to be a fucking manga, an anime. It is so good. It's like if you took Death Note and it took away that mythical, like, God shit, yeah, and it just added it into a real world.
Yeah.
A real world situation where lives are in danger all the time because this virus and like just read it.
Into fucking everything.
Yeah, just read it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It is great. Even if it's confusing at first, because I remember I had to reread the first manga, and I think you said this too. You had to reread the first manga at least once or twice, and you were like, what? Like, it took a second to... they didn't make it clear if they were talking about a computer virus or a actual biological weapon.
Yeah. It was good, though.
It clears it up later.
Yeah.
And it is very good. Falcon is one of my top tier, like, anime characters. Fucking Falcon. He's super cool.
Yeah. It is cool.
Like Yagami.
Righto.
I love N though, so I guess I'm guilty of like loving those stereotype characters. So I mean that's what I've been watching. I mean you've been watching Goblin Slayer. I mean there's nothing that really has to be said about Goblin Slayer other than like watch it. And if you just remember the first scene can be a little. I was one of the people who didn't really care about the first scene, but the show itself is good. I feel like the first scene was kind of just abrasive, like it hits you real hard. It's like
when the RAP happened.
Yeah. Like it I mean, we've already said rape before, but it's not that. It's like it's not the fact that it is a rape. It's the fact that it's shot in such a way that it. I mean, Mother's Basement did a really good breakdown of why it's not really a great scene, but the anime itself is good, so it's really hard.
It has a lot of really weird, tones.
Like in most games, where it's like, oh no, I've been beaten by the goblins at the first level. That's very disappointing. I'll just reload. No, you do not die immediately.
Yeah.
Especially to medieval weaponry. No, it's
That's not what we're talking about in the scene.
I know.
The scene is like...
You get dragged off by the enemy.
Yeah. But...
you know what happens, right?
Yes,
You've seen,
I didn't see
By the way,
it, but
if you guys
I
have
can't
touched-
avoid it.
If you guys have touched the manga or the light novel, they reveal more about like martial
Yeah.
artist back like story afterwards, and like 'cause they go to the temple, right? And they say that because what happens?
Well, you don't want to spoil too
yeah,
much.
but it's kind of like it's not really in the anime.
Yeah.
But after she goes to the temple, she finds out she's pregnant with a goblin baby,
yeah.
and she like throws herself off a tower, like kills herself.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't want to give birth to a fucking goblin.
Yep.
Yeah. But then there are like tonal shifts where it's like a goofy like comedy
Yeah.
and fantasy adventurers. I'm like, what? Like especially when High Elf Archer like she's like
Tone
a super
whiplash.
goofy character and shit.
Well, also like when Goblin Slayer, we talked about it earlier. When Goblin Slayer eats,
Oh yeah, he just like
It's
throws
super
the
comedic.
food in like his family.
but
and
so
everything.
like there's parts of it that are super out of tone with what the show starts with. But I
Oh,
promise
yeah.
you, even if you skip the first scene, it's still a great series.
yeah.
I don't recommend you skip it, but just know
I mean,
it
when
is
you
hard to look at. Like
when you-
it is really hard to keep track of what's where and what's going on. It's shot in a very way to appreciate the rape in a way, but you just watch Mother Basement's video on it.
Yeah.
He did a really good breakdown of like how it is not how to shoot a rape scene basically, and just that. But the idea is that he loves the series, but that scene by itself is not shot very well.
People made so much of that scene, but it was like 4 seconds. Like
Yeah, but that's the thing is that it's your first introduction.
Yeah.
So the scene being broken down like cut by cut is important. I mean,
Yeah.
they do it with Quentin Tarantino movies all the time too. Like, oh, why Reservoir Dogs has a bad opening, but it's like it's really not when you take back and look at it. You know, it's just there was mistakes made, and I think that the animating group that did it, they kind of stepped back and
I know
said
it's the same director who directed Girls Last Tour.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they came out and I think they did an interview. I don't know if I can find it. I'll try and pop it into the description if I found it. But he talks about how like he wishes they did that differently.
Yeah.
The approach to it was too abrasive, but if they still kept it in and shot it more respectfully, they think it would have like not caused so much problems.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. And like you learn from your mistakes. It's still a great series. Read the light novel. I suggest that because
Yeah, I
it's
like the
way
light novel.
better.
I read the first volume.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as movies go, Ken, what did you watch recently? You watched 2 movies recently, right?
Well, let's see. There was Bumblebee.
And Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yep, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph. Honestly, I love Bumblebee more than Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
If only because it was about the internet. I'm already on the internet. I don't need much.
More memes. How full? I haven't watched the movie 100%, but how full of memes is that fucking movie?
Let's see. There's the bee meme.
Oh yeah, the red bee.
And then there's him doing a lot of
Fortnite
videos.
dances.
I actually think there's at least one.
So they didn't even take good memes. They took like Fortnite.
They took the ones
dances.
that I guess I don't.
Would resonate with children better, and then
Yeah.
had the adult ones like in the background or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's like Pixar does a good job with that. Like I'm not gonna say that it's great, but Pixar has a good way of showing like, hey, look at kids over here, and the adults are looking at the thing in the background and realizing like that's an important scene.
Yeah.
Let's see.
By the way, just so everyone's clear, I don't really like Disney, but I love fucking Pixar. I know they're like owned. Pixar is owned by Disney, but man, I consider Pixar a completely different entity. I hope
They
I'm
do
not
their
alone
own
on
thing.
that, right?
They
Yeah,
do their
I can
own
see
thing, but
They do their own thing so separately from Disney. Like, they're actually putting out movies that are so different and not sequels. Like, Disney is doing, what, Frozen 2?
They are.
Yeah.
Why?
And
I saw the trailer for that.
yeah, she's a fucking superhero now. She's, like, going through some superhero X-Men type training now.
Yeah. Also,
I don't fucking know.
also,
I don't
How
care.
does that follow from like the end of the movie?
I'm
I
also
don't know.
relatively certain that they're going to start finding the 4 elemental princesses now.
I don't care. You know what I care about? I care about the fact that everyone jacked off over Frozen, but no one can give a fucking second to Big Hero 6, which was fucking, I loved Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6, the comic series, is fucking weird, by the way. Have you ever read
I heard
it?
it was terrible.
It's super weird.
I heard it was terrible. I don't know.
It's not terrible, it's just weird.
Okay.
Incomprehensible in certain parts,
everyone's like,
yes.
oh, we have to worship Frozen and incessantly.
Oh no, Frozen just
put
sort of
Frozen's cock in our mouth and suck it for weeks. No.
Okay, Shad.
Hey, don't talk shit about
Hey,
Shad.
you know what you need to do?
I'm not talking shit about
Both of you,
Shad.
calm down. You really need to let Frozen go.
Get the fuck out of my sight.
I'm gonna beat you up with like an ice tray. Who's frozen now?
Let it bleed. Let it bleed.
Anyways,
You know,
the trailer showed.
Yeah, go on.
The reason I say the Elemental Princess things is, one, there's these weird floaty, evil purple crystal things that look very, I want to say Evangelion-y, but...
Oh, the angel that's all... I don't remember the
Yeah.
name. That
but
one, the triangle
also,
angel.
it looks like there's, like, this Native American girl with wind powers.
Okay, Pocahontas.
Yeah! She is painting with the colors of the wind.
With your blood.
Hey, those are some very pointy leaves she's throwing around.
Oh, speaking of which, I know this is slightly off topic, but not really. Have you guys ever seen that artist who redoes all of the Disney princesses in like in a modern art style?
I've seen a lot of
and
that,
he did like a zombie version of all of the princesses.
Yeah.
Like Cinderella just has a ton, like an army of zombie birds and squirrels and rats.
That's great.
And like
Never
Pocahontas has like John Smith's head, and she's like holding it. She has a tomahawk. Her raccoon is like tail is wrapped around her neck, and it's like on the
That's
top
cool,
of her. Like
yeah.
it's really. Have you seen these?
I have not seen those. I saw the Dark
man.
Soulsy ones.
Yeah, those are cool, but like this guy to like zombie-fied all of them, and they're so fucking cool. Like he even did like badass warrior versions of themselves. So like Cinderella has like a rapier and stuff because she's English.
Yeah.
And what the hell Snow White has all of the dwarves. There's like an army of dwarves with like battle axes and hammers and shit.
Great.
It's fuck cool.
Yeah.
He was talking about the
trailer.
thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's
Sorry,
see.
you could go on
I
after.
I just want to talk about Big Hero 6.
We can talk about it in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna move quickly along so that way you can do that. Let's
Transformers.
see. Transformers, Bumblebee, absolutely amazing. They turned Bumblebee somehow into a baby Iron Giant.
Ugh.
I love the Iron Giant. Are you saying you don't like the Iron Giant?
He doesn't like Bumblebee.
I'm not saying that because I don't like the Iron Giant. I'm just saying that because I don't like Bumblebee.
That's fine,
Yeah.
but you have to like the Iron Giant.
I don't have to like the Iron
I
Giant.
will fight
He does
you.
not have to like the Iron Giant.
The
I like
Iron-
the
I
Iron
will
Giant. I'm
fight
not gonna
you
do that.
too, and I'll break your arm in 3 separate
Anyway,
locations.
stop.
Drogi.
Droog?
Throg.
Oh, yeah.
Gesundheit. Anyways,
That wasn't
what was I
German.
gonna say? I don't care. Let's see.
Freud
Bumblebee
did
is a
German.
precious little cinnamon roll in that movie.
Ugh.
The human character is actually a competent person who isn't either some machismo lunatic, a Megan Fox stretched over a car top to show off her ass, or a shrill-voiced man shouting the name of a Transformer to make sure kids buy the toy. Instead,
What about testicles? Are there robot testicles? No, I know there's not because of the Michael Bay film stuff. I know there's not. I'm just
the Transformers all clearly look like Transformers. They don't look
Yeah.
like a pile of razor blades. The Decepticons have color to themselves.
purple.
There's no purple one, sadly.
What?
Well, actually, there's probably one in the there's Soundwave in the very beginning part of it.
Awesome.
Well, not Soundwave, Shockwave. Soundwave's in it too.
Yeah.
He's purple. There's the two main Decepticons that Bumblebee has to deal with in most of the movie: Shatter and Dropkick. Shatter's a girl who's based off of...
That doesn't change anything.
It really doesn't, but I like the fact that it's just like... They have a female Transformer on it. You know the last female Transformer in those stupid movies was?
RC, and it was like a clone RC.
Yeah,
army.
she wasn't even a real Transformer. Michael Bay had to really hammer home that it was not a normal Transformer. It was this weird homunculus thing that splits up into multiple thingies. Instead of, it's just a female one. It's got a lady voice. That's it.
That's nice. So what did you think of it? You loved it?
I
Obviously.
absolutely loved it. I want to see more of that. Less of razor blade explosion, big booby thing. And more...
I don't know why, but I want that to be a poster now. Razor explosion booby thing.
Like there's a girl with like big tits and she has a giant razor blade wielding like a sword, and there's an explosion in the background.
I'm pretty sure there's already an anime of that.
There probably is. We gotta find it.
Yeah,
Isn't there the girl with the scissor?
That's
Kill la Kill is fantastic, but that's too popular for our show.
Yeah.
That's too popular for our show. What? We can talk about anything we want.
No, but I mean, like, when we did the animated, we wanted to like more obscure anime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So any other movies, shows, you wanted to talk about Big Hero 6 for a second.
Love Big Hero 6. All the, like, the cultural influence, like, Japan and America. I love the city in it, like, San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
That was super cool. You an artist, if you agree, like, that looked really cool. Like,
I think Ken has an obsession with Baymax. If Baymax was real, Ken would probably never leave his house. He'd just hug Baymax until he died.
Oh.
I love that.
how,
I
like,
love the medical robot aspect they went with, because it just makes him
And they put
stand
armor
out.
and, like, install karate on his software. Like, that was great. But yeah, like, it's such a cool design-looking movie, and I actually found on Tumblr a guy who worked on the art. Was one of the character designers for that. And, like, his early concepts for, what's her, Go-Go. Okay. She was, like, based on, like Korean, like, biker girls. They're in... Yeah, and they, like, the early concepts had, like, all tattoos on her, and like, they were really cool. And, I can't think of his name. And, like, that movie was so good, for, like, a Disney movie especially. Like, that was, like, that's my favorite. I would say, if I had to say a favorite Disney movie, there you go, Big Hero 6.
Was Big Hero 6 done by Pixar, or was it just a Disney film?
I thought because it had the Marvel property.
You're right. It might have... Big Hero 6 might have just been Disney.
Yeah.
So, I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Let me...
On the note of that, I know that, have you guys ever heard of Kaiju Big Battle?
No.
A little bit, but
I
never looked into it.
Alright, well, let me see if I can find that specific creature.
I don't...
Because...
it doesn't say Pixar, so...
What was Fred's name as a monster? I forget.
Fred's name.
Oh, the son of the guy who was actually Stanley in the end.
Yeah. But if you take a look, it was a whole thing where they had these custom-made kaiju that would just fight as a sort of wrestling match thing.
That's cool.
And look at the blue guy in the corner there.
Oh my god, yeah. He's the same suit he wore, yeah. The Discord,
send it to me so I can put it up in the thing. Alright, yeah, I'll put that up so they can see it. Explain.
Like, there was, I actually met one of the people who had worked on Kaiju Big Battle, and they said they spoke to a guy who would eventually work on Big Hero 6.
Oh, that's cool.
So, that kind of implied, sort of, maybe, kind of inspiration.
Maybe, who knows? It's cool.
I like that.
Well, if we're talking CGI and Disney, I'm gonna go right to Pixar, because I don't give a crap about half of anything Disney put out. Unless they put out a new, like, a rezzed up version of Oliver and Company. I don't give a fuck.
I don't even know what that is.
Oliver and Company is Oliver Twist, and if anyone knows me, I really don't care about the book Oliver and Twist. In fact, I don't care. I don't like it. But they made me like it.
Huh.
They made me like it by turning the main cast into dogs and cats, and rearranging the story into, like, this modern New York City story. It was a really nice story, and I love it. I don't like Oliver Twist, but I love Oliver and Company. So, you know, Cheech Merritt from Cheech and Chong is in it. He plays a little Mexican Chihuahua who's obsessed. He plays a little Mexican Chihuahua who's obsessed with, like, the hot dog. Like
obviously is weed.
No, she's professional professional model dog.
I think in hot dog.
No, hot as in hot, like a sexy dog. Like, he's just like, hey, baby, you want to come home with me? You know, like, stuff like that. She's like, ew, don't touch me, you're a sewer rat. Like, she's supposed to represent she's supposed to represent the evil woman. In Oliver Twist. Yeah. Any which way. I absolutely adore, love, and think it's the most precious fucking franchise that not franchise, but precious fucking movie they've ever put out, and that is Coco.
Oh, yeah.
Coco is so well animated, down to the point of, like, pores, and the skeleton joints like move individual from each other when they're walking, when they're... Everything is animated. There is dust flakes. I showed you this. There's dust flakes in the air when the wind blows. Why did you animate that? There's no reason to animate that. And apparently,
like mastery and perfection.
It is so good, and it's so underrated. That fucking Boss Baby went up against it. Shaggy, punch him in the face again. I'm gonna have Shaggy just like repeatedly punch our Boss Baby picture in the face.
I despise like, how did Boss Baby win? That shows the Oscars have no fucking concept of an animated film.
Well, here's the thing. Like, Boss Baby went up against Coco.
I know.
Fuck you, Boss Baby.
This is the year, like, Koei no Katachi came out in Japan. And you're gonna give it to Boss Baby. Want to make me even more angry? Bring up how they came out the same weekend as Blade Runner 2049 and outperformed it.
Yeah.
That'll make me, like, throw shit at a wall.
Oh, it's so stupid. But, yeah, if we're talking animated movies, Coco, go watch the movie and don't just watch it. Observe that movie. Observe everything in the background, from cloth texture to wood texture to the way that skeletons move in the background that aren't even on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that shit. Look at the lights in the windows. Like, there's shadows moving in certain scenes that are off camera.
Oh.
And there's shadows.
Oh, wow.
For no reason other than just environmental building. They take it 10 steps. Like, one of the worst Pixar movies, and I will say, is The Good Dinosaur. It's awful. It's garbage, and I bet you both forgot that it even existed. But here's
Was it recent? No, it was old.
It was a couple years back. But here's the thing.
I think I've heard of it.
Here's a really, really fucking cool thing. This is why I love Pixar. So they took geographical mapping from the satellite that's publicly available to everyone, and they graphed out this giant area of, like, the Grand Canyon and whatnot, and then put it into the film. All of the background that's in that movie is actual geographical places that you can go and visit.
That's really cool.
It is super cool. Like, yes, the movie is garbage.
Yeah.
But that influence, that amount of time and effort put into it, congratulations to the artists. Like, you guys did great. The story may be terrible, that's on you, writers, but just looking at it...
What kind of dinosaur was he anyways?
I don't freaking remember. Yeah, exactly. He's the good one. He's a good green one. He's got a long neck, he's a good green one.
He's a good green boy.
He's a good green boy. He's got a precious little cave boy with him, too. It's great. It's great. I love it.
Furthering the notion that dinosaurs and caves...
side by side.
No, they're millions of years apart. Fuck you.
I love that. Have you seen the new Flintstone comics? You've seen a little bit of them.
I saw a bit about them, but I didn't actually...
You've seen the fucking raptors in it? They're actual raptors, and they're just like, ah! They're just like, ah! Fucking attacking them on a daily basis. It's like, this is just because they're cavemen. They live in the world with dinosaurs, so if they live in the world with dinosaurs, they're gonna fucking fight them every day. It's super cool. I love that. So yeah, recommendations, I guess we'll move on to, for movies and stuff. Obviously, Goblin Slayer and,
Big Hero 6.
And, The Promised Neverland. Big Hero 6 and Coco. Please, go watch Coco again, and don't just watch it. Observe everything that's going on. It is a masterpiece when it comes to animation.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so good, and I mean, you as an artist, how much time do you think it would take to just detail a fucking shadow off camera?
Well, actually, with the shadow like that, you wouldn't really have to worry about doing that because it's all digital. You would have the skeleton moving in the background, and then you would have a light source behind
in
them.
the shadow, if you look closely, you can see the joints moving.
Yeah.
Meaning it's an actual model.
Yeah, there's an actual skeleton that's behind there blocking the light. Yeah. Yeah,
it was like, to do that, like, there's even texture on, like, their clothes. You can see through the fabric a little bit. Of, like, it just boggles my mind on how good this movie looks, and that audiences were like, this is a good movie. Okay, I like the baby. Like, instead of actually paying attention to how much time and effort.
That can be chalked up to just...
stupidity?
Well, honestly,
that's what I call it.
Well, the more you appreciate, like, a craft of art, the more you're gonna, like, look at it and see it in a different way than just, whatever the fuck. I like the funny baby. He's voiced by Alex Baldwin, and that's funny because Alex Baldwin played a boss on another show, and now he's a boss baby.
I was gonna say that's more because the ones picking out. I've been told that a lot of those
They're
of what
popularity
people-
contests.
Yeah, it's literally popularity. So you know,
Oh, I hate the Oscars.
every Oscar person is like, okay, what's the most? What movie has the most views on YouTube?
Yeah, like Black Panther got an award at the Oscars, and I'm like, not that I
Oh no, I can
say it doesn't super deserve it, but like Infinity War came out the same fucking year. Fuck you if that's a better movie.
I'd say that it's less about Black Panther or Infinity War being better. It's more that Black Panther has a slightly more interesting thing for somebody who doesn't care as much about Marvel.
I guess I
Like-
love Black Panther. Don't get me
Like
wrong.
you
Like he's
have
in my top 5.
you have like the speculative history of what would happen if there was a civilization in Africa that was like this.
Secret hidden. And
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that they're like tribes people too.
Yeah.
Which is like,
go hard.
And then you have the
Yeah.
one guy who shows up and he's like, "Hey, I know
Claw.
the truth." Yeah. Well, yeah, Claw knows the
And
truth.
then
I was talking about the
Killmonger.
That's
yeah,
what I was
but
thinking about.
Killmonger knows, but Claw gets him there. Claw is the one who knows how to get to Wakanda.
Such an edgy on the nose name.
Claw.
Killmonger.
Oh, Killmonger. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because he was in the comics for like 4 issues. Look, I don't want to bring this up again, but Killmonger is not the enemy of freaking Black Panther. He was there for like 4 or 5 issues tops, and that's fucking it.
How long have we been at this, by the way?
It doesn't matter. We're finishing up recommendations. Ken, you said the Bumblebee movie.
Only movie for movies, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, any TV shows you've watched recently or web
I have
series
not been watching.
other than Alpha Booza? Look at the friggin' smirk on his face too. I could tell that he's been watching Alpha
The
Booza.
problem is, I've actually gotten to talk with a couple of people who work on that. So
Awesome.
It's like, you know,
Go watch Alpha Booza if you have any interest in Warhammer
And
40k.
and go listen to String Storm.
Oh yeah, String
Oh,
Storm.
the idol guy. I love that, yeah.
Yeah, you call him the idol guy, but he's the one who does all the music for that thing too.
Yeah, I know, but I just like the idol.
Okay, so moving on, since we're getting heavy into like almost 2 hours now. Let's talk about the video games we've been playing or stuff we've been doing off camera. I mean, obviously you said you got that the Tencent game, the
Yeah, I haven't really
Chinese
played it much at all. But it's good.
Bladed Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it a tiny bit. It's pretty fun, but I haven't played it much.
Yeah, you haven't played them up. It's like a beat 'em up,
Yeah.
right? With Chinese mythology.
Sort of.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Really cool, yeah. And there's platforming in it, a little bit of platforming.
You and I have played a ton of Sekiro.
A little.
A little. You stopped playing.
I only played a little, yeah.
Oh no! Did you get to the ogre yet? At least.
I think so.
Oh my god.
I haven't
I
been
am-
playing many games like at all.
I am halfway through Sekiro, I believe, at this point, and I love every second of it. You need to take like actual shinobi tactics into account. Like, I think one of the thing Gaijin Guma just put up his Witch Ninja thing.
Oh, he did? I
Yeah, of
watched that.
Sekiro, and he was talking about how like if you actually take into account some of the teachings that they teach in ninjutsu and whatnot, that is exactly what Sekiro requires of you. It requires you to understand these rules of combat, including one of the rules which
Very
was like,
evasive
which one of them was like, if you're gonna be into a fight, make sure it's 1-on-1, and you get in there and you kill. That's it. You don't stop until they're dead, and then you leave.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you win a fight. You win a fight by aggressively attacking and killing immediately, and then get out.
Yeah.
So, like, that's exactly the tactic you need to take. In Sekiro, it's not Dark Souls. You can't take your time and defend. No. You need to get in there, attack aggressively until they give
That's
up.
what they have with the whole killing blows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's insane. It's so good. Currently, I went back during editing sessions and whatnot, like when I'm editing episodes and they're processing. I've been going back nonstop, and you guys have seen. Actually, I'm probably gonna play a little bit before, after we wrap things up. Borderlands 2 again.
Oh yeah.
I love Borderlands. It's not a secret to anyone. I love looter shooters, especially the Borderlands series, because it's wacky and weird, and it knows what it wants to be and doesn't try to be anything different. Randy, if you listen to this, please calm down on Twitter. Dude, relax. Like, don't respond. If you guys don't know anything, Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, has been going fucking batshit on Twitter recently. Like, people are blaming him, like, because they're like, why isn't an Epic store exclusive. Why this? Why that? And he's like, we don't have any say over this. And then people are like, fuck you. You're the CEO. You're telling me you don't have any say on where it's published. Screw you. Yes, you do. He's like, no. It's Take-Two and 2K that have all of the rights to publishing. Yes, but you're the CEO of the fucking developer. You have something to say. Randy, I love you, dude, but you have say. Stop dicking around and just say that it went on Epic because you got more money. That's fine. I'm willing to make a bet that more people will just forgive you in the end if you say you were just doing it for money. Because it's still coming to Steam just later.
Yeah.
It's just... That sucks. Whatever. We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, recently I've been going back and I've been true Vault Hunter mode. I'm trying to work my way up to OP8, which is a game, like you go through the game almost 8 times, and the enemies are so overpowered above you that every fight is a challenge. It's super cool. I love Borderlands so much. Even if on the PC I've booted up the enhanced version of the original recently, so I highly recommend that if you guys have never played Borderlands and are excited for Borderlands 3 or interested, go pick up the enhanced version of Borderlands 1 that just came out. It's about $30. And go pick up Borderlands 2. It is by far my favorite. Pre-sequel's great, but just not my cup of tea. Ken, what have you been playing? Other than Sexy Brutal, Space Engineers?
I've been playing way too much Space Engineers.
We can see that. Literally, if we go to your Steam profile, I'll pop up a number. I'll block out everything, including your name and everything, but I'll put up, like, the numbers of hours you've spent in Space Engineers.
Oh, yes.
I couldn't get into that game.
It is basically Minecraft, but with ships that you can build and actually move around.
Yeah, I played it, but I didn't really
it's
like
basically a more graphically enhanced version of No Man's Sky to me.
Yeah.
I love No Man's Sky. I'm guilty of it. I don't care. I'll take all the hate.
Also, because I ended up buying Medieval Engineers, I ended up getting a medieval suit of armor for my astronaut.
Didn't you get a huge discount too for Space Engineers because you bought Medieval Engineers? Yep.
Gotta get those deals.
So, recommendations for games. I highly recommend people go and pick up the enhanced version of Borderlands 1 and Sekiro. Even though it's Activision, I know that sucks, but Miyazaki's games are always badass. And something we didn't mention, guys, go pick up the Humble Bundle right now. Seriously, it has Assassin's Creed Odyssey in it.
Really?
Like, you get it right away. Like, right now, you can get Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have been addicted to that game since I played it on the Google Stream service.
I haven't touched it.
Oh, it's so good.
Really?
Yeah, I turned my character. I picked the girl.
Yeah, Cassandra, right?
Yeah, Cassandra. Because, I mean, if you guys know me, I usually play girls if I can. I turned her into a massive whore.
Yeah,
like,
everyone says
literally,
that.
like, I just have her sleep with every woman that's available.
Yuri.
Yeah, I just have her sleep with every woman available. I'm like, yeah, it's ancient Greece. I'm just gonna fuck everything. Syphilis!
No.
So, yeah, Ken, other than Space Engineers, anything at all. I mean, you played Dragon Ball FighterZ with me for a little bit.
I played Dragon Ball FighterZ.
What did you think of that?
I am terrible at fighting games.
But
it was fun.
Yeah, well, it's not a hard fighting game to master.
It's just
it's like 4 buttons.
Literally the first time I played it, so.
Yeah, but you still beat me at one point.
Because I was using Nappa.
Yeah, that's weird too. It was like Nappa is like low tier trash character, but I was using Yamcha and
Really?
tier.
I thought he'd be like a decent tanky fellow.
No, he's like low tier trash. Just like he is in the show. Vegeta!
I'm in a fighting game, Vegeta.
Pow! So anything
I
else?
hope I get to meet that guy in the red suit from that other game.
So, any other games that you've tried, or...
Let's see. Sorry, what was the name of this? It was a smaller game that somebody gifted to me. Darn, it was like a reverse tower defense.
Okay.
Where it was like, you would power up your group of minions that would follow you along. Tanks, spider walkers,
Was it dungeons?
armored guns,
No.
like APC type things, and you'd have to try and maneuver your way through a cityscape where these evil robot turrets were all
Defense
scattered
grid?
out. Might have been defense grid.
I don't know. Once you go home, send me a thing. I'll put it up in the video for them to see.
But you would have to, every step of the way, you decide which direction you wanted to go, or you could just decide on your direction by just pausing it and then selecting to go around in the right way.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's see. Then there's Stationeers, which I was gifted as well.
Yeah.
And it's like basically space engineers on crack cocaine. It's like inside of every grid block you place down, you can place down plumbing, electricity, sensors, batteries, other electronic systems. And it's basically like trying to wire up a house because you have to do every single wire and every single pipe.
Yeah, just kill me. Just kill me. I want a game that I can not have to stress out about and just shoot shit in the face half the time.
There's nothing to kill in Stationeers except for yourself.
See, this is why even I really like No Man's Sky, but because there's the element of like you can only mine so much before the surveyor bots start coming around and like investigating you and will start shooting you and trying to kill you if you take too many materials from the planet. So there's like a nice nudge to be like, okay, mine a little, and then when they start coming, it's like, oh no, I'm not doing it. What are you talking about?
I think it'd be more fun to be able to like strip a planet of all its resources, like some kind of like
You can, but it just takes time.
like some sort of like tyrannid motherfucker. Just like,
I bet there's a mod online for No Man's Sky that probably does something like that.
Oh, there's monsters. You don't need monster space engineers to do that. Just get a whole mining rig. I've done that sort of.
Tyrannid.
You know what game I really did like that was
Which is-
legitimately just Minecraft Space Edition? It was
Stargate?
StarMade. Yes. I love StarMade. I still have our giant death ship that you made, the black and white one.
Oh God! Yeah.
It was like fucking an Imperial cruiser that you made for our group with butterfly wings.
It is.
It's not actual butterfly wings; they're just in the shape of like bees on the side.
Yeah, I honestly, what I wanted to do with that was make it so the bees would come off and be support fighters.
Yeah.
The support players.
Yes.
And he had mechs inside and everything.
Yeah, I had started designing these things with like.
When we started designing them, though, I don't care. You care if I interrupt you?
Go for it.
When he started designing a lot of these, we didn't know that in the beta of the game, you couldn't actually keep the stuff in the ship and fly the ship at the same time. So we took off and everything flew out the fucking back.
And
We had to grab all of them and put them back in manually.
and figure out how to lock them down.
You know how hard it is to move a fucking floating mech?
Hard.
The thing didn't have thrusters; it just had legs.
So we had to have one person in it to weigh it down. And then have somebody else in a magnetic ship attached to it and slowly move it.
Because if you move too fast, its limbs would come off.
Oh.
And
the way it was done was...
they fixed that recently with a patch. You can move stuff in your ship now.
That's good. What I was about to say, the way it was set up, they had just added turrets, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I just attached a turret to a turret to a turret to a turret. And the way it was set up, as I would turn in a certain direction, other ones would turn in a different direction. So as I'm turning this way, it moves like this. So I would just go back and forth, and whenever I lined up with whatever I was trying to shoot,
It was just an army of bullets.
yeah, just bullets going everywhere.
Fucking like Toho all of a sudden.
So yeah,
Kind of.
Space Engineer, Space Maid, like Ken is always gonna guarantee that you guys probably play.
I
some
will do
space
the
games.
space.
Brayden, what was your recommendations for games?
For games?
Bladed Fury looked like something you'd be interested.
I liked it, yeah.
If you like beat 'em ups, that's definitely pretty cool. I don't like Tencent, but it's pretty cool.
I haven't been playing games much lately.
Yeah.
So
Did you ever pick up Strange Brigade?
I do. I've had that for a while.
Did you play any of it?
Yeah, it's fun.
How was it?
It's fun.
Better with friends?
Probably. I haven't
Yeah.
played it. I only played it alone, but
I don't know.
it's still
All
fun.
right. I guess that pretty much wraps everything up. Sorry that the podcast is like super long this time, but
lots of tangents.
Yeah, lots of tangents, but
They're
we're gonna
fun.
do that anyway. I don't want to cut back on that. That's how we are normally on every day. If somebody comes up to the street and talks to us, that's how we're gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't want to give a false impression.
Oh yeah.
But this one was longer because we talked about PAX East and Sexy Brutal and all that. So thank you guys for listening. If you're still there,
You're probably not. You probably.
I don't blame you. I would.
You probably went and got a sandwich like 5 hours ago and completely forgot about this. So
5 hours? No, we're only up to 2.
Oh.
Whatever.
Okay, half an hour ago.
Yeah, and just turned us off.
It's still playing on their computer. They're just like, I need to go take a shower.
I don't take a shit.
I was gonna say that.
These guys are so annoying. They made me shit myself. So I've been your host, Hobo, John.
I've been Cricket.
You can say your name.
No, I'm not going to say my name.
Why?
We've already
We've said your name like 100 times.
I know, but I want to try and.
You're on the business card.
Fuck. Ken.
You are on the business card.
Hey, his name is Fucking.
Fuck Ken. Yeah, your name is literally on the business card as Ken, artist, Cricket.
Alright,
Yeah.
the furry mafia is going to get me then, okay.
The furry mafia.
This is a story.
Oh my god, now I want that to be a thing, the furry
I want
mafia.
to be like a little lore on my channel.
You come here to me and say that you hate Sonic Fox. By the way, Sonic Fox, I love you. Thank you. Keep it up. You're really good for the like communities of gamers and stuff, and he's
You
not
come
a
to
creepy
me
furry.
on the day of my uwu. I don't know.
And so I've been Hobo John,
I've been Cricket. Ken.
the artist.
And I am Cosmonaut, also known as Brayden, also known as nothing else. Yeah, that's all I'm known as.
Yeah, you're a cosmonaut. You're our cosmonaut. All right, we'll see you guys next time on the Rotten.
Formerly known as Braden.
We'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Rotten Brains Podcast.
Yay!
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, because you usually yell joking games.
This isn't joking games.
See you guys.
Well, then yell the name of the show.
Rotten Race Productions!